In the spirit of hip hop being 50 years old, yes, y'all. Welcome to the show. It's your boy, your man 50 Grand, the militant with a microphone, the mouthpiece of the movement, aka the Negro Whisperer. My name is Kevin Barnes, and I am not of Asiatic descent, although I do have chinky eyes. So if you're looking and you're saying, is his eyes open or are they closed? They're open. I just have very chinky eyes. But enough about me on my ego shit on a Monday night early and often. But I'm not alone. Mr. Carter, what's popping with you, brother? How you doing tonight? Can you hear me, Kamar? Oh, Kamar can't hear me, y'all. You
Yeah,
have
I can hear you, man. I can hear you. I,
was
I think
you
my
okay?
computer's still catching up, but I'm good, man. How y'all doing out there? Welcome to Outlaw Radio. We talk that talk and we definitely walk that walk. Raising vibrations and elevating thought. Y'all better come on in. I'm trying to tell you, I am the black woman lover, the black man's brother, the culture teacher, hood healer, the ghetto witch doctor. I'm y'all holistic health and wellness coach, Kamar Carter. Peace to the family. I'm also the one who brings you nature, nature, elements, and vitality. Excuse me. You can find that on Facebook on Nature Nature Urban Supplements, or you can go to my health page, Healthy Self Heal Thyself, and ask about it. And they're gonna point you in my direction. Then you can go to my inbox me, and I'll tell you.
Kamar, I think your connection is bad, man. It may
You with me,
be.
Kev?
Yeah, your connection is bad. You might have to go back and you might have to go out and come back in. Because I can't hear you at all. And it's very slow.
All right.
Very slow. So welcome to Outlaw Radio. We'll get Kamar back in, man. This is how we do it on Mondays and Wednesdays at 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Bells and whistles, man. Bells and whistles when you deal with these computers and whatnot. And that's entirely what it is over here. But I hope y'all can hear me very clearly. If you're in the chat room right now, let me know, represent. But it's live from the basement, man. And what we normally do on Mondays and Wednesdays is we come in and we talk about what's happening in the world since we were last on. Kamar, you straight now?
Yeah, I think so, man. Probably have to just give my computer a little time to catch up, man. You know how it
Oh
is,
man.
man.
I told you, man.
Cricket laptop.
That bullshit you got Coleco vision trying to do the show through your Coleco vision. I don't know what's happening with you. Real, what it do, homie? What's going on, man?
What's happening? Was that I'm sorry like Atari? That's the cousin of Coleco. That's one of
Right,
my
right,
favorite
right.
verses from Andre 3000. I think that's that skewed on the Barbie. But no, I'm
Yeah,
good, man. My
Kamar.
kids been barking today. Well, the last 2 days. I'm trying to figure out what's good with that, man. But otherwise, I'm just happy to be here. Happy my kids still here. And all
Yeah,
that
it's a
good
good
stuff
thing to
there.
have your kids still here, right? Right. I'm glad your kids are
Most
still here.
definitely.
Definitely.
Real shit, man. And
Right.
I tell them each morning that I'm talking to them. I said, that 'cause I gotta wake them up in the morning. So I be like, wake up. Daddy's so appreciative that you decided to wake up and allow me to be your father for another day. I
Yeah,
just
man.
I say shit like that.
I believe you do. I believe you do.
I do, man. You
Um,
gotta be, man. You gotta appreciate everything. Like man. Shit, I appreciate everything.
yeah,
It's
man, you
real,
gotta
man.
be
You know,
you gotta be happy.
hey.
Yeah.
Some actually believe we choose our parents. We chose our parents.
Most definitely.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Y'all hear me? Could
I
you hear?
was just
I
yeah,
can
Some
hear
of
you,
our
Kamar. You super
ancestors
it's
delayed,
believe
Kamar.
that
it's a
your
delay.
energy, your spirit.
Kamar, you gonna have to cut that Apple 2C off and get on your phone. You gotta play Oregon Trails after the show, man. MPS ass
I
computer.
never beat Oregon Trail, man. I would always die before I get there.
Kamar on dial up, man. He on dial up. I want to hear what you gotta say, Kamar. We gotta figure out your connection. Listen, but before you even tap
Just
out,
give it
Kamar,
a minute. Just give it a minute.
For
yeah,
sure, for
well,
sure.
people ain't got time. It's like he like 3 minutes later, like, oh hey, real, like real, and came in and gave his whole spiel. But no, I'm glad both of y'all are here because I want to say, and first of all, let me say I appreciate everybody who's ordered the apparel from me. Man, it's been overwhelming because I'm not I don't consider myself an entrepreneur. Like I go to the plantation every morning again. My father say work money, slow money, but it's your money and it's for show money. So that's the mantra I've been under. But the apparel, man, just the orders that have come in and just you gotta do business. When people spending with you, and I'm saying this to anybody who wants to be a business person, first of all, share the show. Bullshit ain't nothing, right? They
Right.
say, money talking bullshit run a marathon. So I want people to hear this. This is an important message. First of all, understand we have a phone number. That number is 262-202-5131. I'll slow it down, but also it's running across the bottom of the screen with my Cash App, right? 262-202-5131. There's a chat room. Shout out to Sharon Evans. She got apparel coming. Shout out to Deion James. He said Chiefs in the motherfucking house. We'll get to that. We'll get to that. But I want to say this. When people spend with you and when they support you, you have to have a business acumen. You have to have good customer service. You have to be dependable and accountable for what you do. And I've some people have gotten the apparel because we had to redesign the whole situation. And shout out to my wife because she just been at it. But shout out to y'all, man. So if you got apparel on deck, it's coming this week. I can guarantee you. I got a house full of full of hoodies and t-shirts, right? Like, and so I got to get it out to everybody because if you're here, I'll deliver it. If you're out of town, I ship. I spent the weekend in the post office. So shout out to everybody, man, who supported the show, man, and who like are getting the apparel. I dig it, man. And if you want some of this, like I got on the classic pullover right now, got the beautiful zip ups, black, gray. And I got some other stuff you gonna see me wearing on here that my wife has designed. That Cash App is how you get your order started, right? Sizes, styles, what you want in the Cash App, and we make it happen. But shout out to y'all, man. And you'll have your stuff this week. You'll have it this week. So, but yeah, man. Other than that, man, weekend was good, man. Sunny, warmed up. Um, you know, I love the sun, man. I keep telling y'all, the older I get, the more appreciative of nature. Man, I absolutely love the sun. I listen, also not for nothing, man, on some earth, wind, and fire type shit. I found myself looking up at the sky and it was blue.
Yeah.
And it's always been blue. And there was white clouds in it, and I smiled. So what the fuck is wrong with me? I'm driving down the street, like, you smiling at the clouds. I'm telling you, man, the sun, looking at the grass, man, looking at nature. Because this is one thing I've always stated about the changing of seasons. It is miraculous to watch this earth die out for all intents and purposes, right? And the trees, the animals go away, the birds fly away, the leaves die, the ground freezes, and then all of a sudden it starts to slowly come back. Leaves start coming back, birds start chirping again, sun starts shining again. Beautiful thing, man. I'm an old man, man. That's what happens. That's what happens when you let us live. Shy Mo, what it do, homie?
What's poppin', family?
Peace,
What up?
peace,
What up? What up? What up, Real?
peace.
Professor Real and Dr. Carter? What it do?
Chilling, man.
Peace,
Chilling,
man.
chilling.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. Live from the 414, man. 414 strong all day and day. It's Outlaw Radio, live from the basement, the infamous Outlaw Radio. Maybe you've heard of us. Maybe you've seen some snippets on Facebook. I can tell you that nothing does you justice like the live show, right? You got to be in it to win it. So share the show, share the show, share it with your mama, share it with your cousin, share it with your girl, share it with your main chick and your side chick. Share it with them both, right? So when you over there kicking it with either one of them, you say, hey, let's check the show out. All right, baby. You know how we do, man. Welcome to the show, man. It's Monday night, man. So how was y'all weekend, man? Let's test Kamara's connection because he doing the show via Atari 5200 tonight. How was your weekend,
Yeah,
Kamara?
yeah. Am I with you? Am I with you yet?
I'm
Yeah, I
gonna
got.
keep saying you ain't even when you is, but
All
yeah, go
right.
ahead. We got you.
Yeah, my weekend was good, man. My weekend was good, man. I had the kids. We was out in the community, doing our thing, man, getting these products to the good people.
Did you enjoy this? Maybe it's the when you black and you like. I guess the melanin needs the vitamin D. No pun intended. Pause. I'm talking about actual vitamin D that you get from the sun,
right,
right?
right.
I
It's
guess
all
because it
good.
charges you. It charges you, man. You go outside and say the sun's
Well,
shining, man.
it
Ooh.
does. I'm gonna tell you, man. It do make me feel good. But what I understand is, God transforms energy, right? And we all got that same energy in it. So I got the power to lift my energy up. I got the power to, make myself feel better. I got the power to lift myself up when that sun don't come out. I choose to be happy.
Right.
I choose to feel good. I choose to have a good day. You dig what I'm saying?
I feel like when
man. We
I
are
feel
that.
like I feel like when the sun is not out, and this is just this is just based on what you just said. I feel like when the sun is not out, you have to kind of survive. You have to thrive. You got to work harder at saying, "Let me keep it bright and sunny, even though it's dark and gloomy." But when the sun is out, it's like hands. It's like riding down a hill on your dirt bike with no hands on the handlebars. It's like, oh, it's all good.
Hey, don't get me wrong.
Right,
It do
right.
help. You know what I mean? It do help, and there definitely is benefits.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, like, because you know how we get a lot of people to talk about, man, the sun ain't been out a while. I need the sun to come out, man. It's all back.
Yeah, you
But
do.
wait a minute, man. We got the power to change that.
Yeah, man. And we
You know
know
what I mean?
people,
It's just something that we got to get in tune to and learn to do.
and people actually do suffer from seasonal depression.
Yeah.
So shout out to those
Yeah.
people who were able to open their
And-
streams and their blinds and say, "Oh man, sun shining, man." But it's Outlaw Radio, man. It's live from the basement. We're gonna run it down and gun it down, however you want it. Happy Black History Month to all my proud people of color, such as myself. Right? If I don't know about y'all, but I keep thinking this all the time, man. It's a great time to be a black person. Regardless of what these motherfuckers tell you, 2023 is a great time to be a black man. Look, it's all there. It's all open, man. I think about where you start at and then where you finish at. And I think about the journey, right? And it's so incredible, especially when you all these young cats want to talk down on the old head. Like every piece of gray in my beard was earned. Ain't none of this just by happenstance. It's earned. It's 47 years, but it's 2 times that. If you really think about it, man, my life has been something incredible. And so when I start thinking about that, man, it motivated me to say, well, yeah, but you could do better. What if you did? What if you got to being actually becoming your best? What if I was the best motherfucking Kevin I could be?
Yeah.
Imagine this shit.
That's what I'm talking about. That's
You feel me? Like,
That's
have you
how
ever
it
thought
go.
about that? Have you ever literally sat and said, man, what if I handled all my issues and became the best me I could possibly be?
Right.
That's it. That's the goal,
every
man.
morning.
That's the race right there.
Man,
Right.
I'd be
That's the race
unstoppable.
right there.
I'd be unstoppable.
Every morning, man. That's the goal. Like, how can I be better today than I was yesterday?
Man.
And you reflect on yesterday to see where you zigged, where you should have zagged. And instead of beating yourself up about it, you give yourself that compassion and love to learn from it and move forward today, just being that much better. But that's
Think about it like
every
this,
morning,
though.
G.
Think about it like this. All the shit you've been through, do you think it was for no reason?
No,
And
everything
listen,
works together.
in order to overcome any adverse situation, there's one thing you have to be able to do, and that's learn. So you won't make the same mistake, or you'll stop making the mistake you've been making to make the mistake, right?
That's that
You
right
learn.
there is the blessing and the lesson.
But that's exactly, and that's what I was gonna say.
That right there is the blessing and the lesson.
With the L, you choose whether or not that L stands for loss or lesson, but you decide that shit. And as long as you opt to make it a lesson, you gonna always be better.
So check this out. As many adverse situations as I've been through, then that means I have an Encyclopedia Britannica volume of lessons learned in life. That means I should be able to put my best foot forward and move, right? I should walk with a sway. I should walk with the kind of black man, we throw our shoulder a little bit when we stepping. You know, when you feeling good, you got your hair cut, got your shoulder throw a little bit when you walk. So we should be that way. That's what I'm telling y'all, man.
That's
Like,
right.
I think we spend way too much time crying and bitching and moaning about what we don't have.
Right.
And we forget to really take stock and inventory on what we do have.
And that's the key. That's the
Man,
key
I
to
ain't got this, I
happiness.
can't that. Motherfucker,
That's
you can
it,
breathe
man.
on your own without a machine, can't you? You can walk, you can move, you can think. You're still, what you say on Coming to America? You conscious, motherfucker. I heard what I said, man. Come on in, man. Come
Man,
on
shit,
in.
I
Come
tell
on in.
people every morning I'm awake, aware, and able to wipe my own ass. I get everything I need to achieve anything I desire. Because I'm in my right mind and I could put my actions behind any intention I choose to operate in.
Yeah, man, you are in control of your fate, whether you want to admit it or not. I don't give a fuck if you poor. I don't care. I ain't got no daddy, I ain't got no mom. I got one leg. Then I got 3 teeth, one in my mouth, 2 in my pocket. Well, chew on that one motherfucker until you figure out how to get some more. You in control of your fate. Stop making excuses. That's the
Right.
lesson from Outlaw Radio tonight. Dion said, I don't like the sun. I'm cool with gloomy days. Hey, I hear you. He said, I've been so conditioned to violence in the summer that I don't like the summer to this day. You know what, Dion?
Damn.
This here is your come to Jesus moment. Because let me tell you something, my brother. Let me tell you something, my brother. If you as old as we are and you can't appreciate the sunshine, you got to do some reorganizing, right? You got to, like we talk about, Kamar talks about meditation. I call it prayer. You got to sit in a room and have a conversation with Dion. Because guess what? I done seen a lot of violence in the summer, but I done seen a lot in the winter too. So if that was the case, I wouldn't like no motherfucking season. So, but what I'm talking to you about is for black men, and this is something at 45, you 2 years behind me, brother. So the crack years are our formative years. From 1985 to 1995, I went from 10 to 20. And the whole time, 2 for 15 was the going rate. If you know, you know. If you don't, then shut the fuck up, right? 262-202-5131, Outlaw Radio. Are you happy? Are you sad? It's about to be summertime again. Oh, niggas killing. When has there not been violence in the world? Right? When have people not been put against the grind? It's never happened. There's never been a utopia. If you don't identify your own happiness, it's not gonna come. Because if you ain't happy for yourself, it ain't a damn thing you can buy, snort, smoke, shoot up, hump on, fill on, squeeze on, poke on, that's going to bring you the satisfaction that you need, right? So, welcome to the show, man. Y'all get in, chime in, man. I see you, Erica Ville. She said, we are people of the sun. We are children of the sun. Absolutely. Absolutely. Listen, and you know what they say, blessing and a curse. One of the main reasons why the white man has always been so encapsulated with us, which is one of the reasons he made us slaves, because Native Americans couldn't handle the whole weight. Skin need lotion, teeth need Colgate. They couldn't stand in the sun. The white man himself cannot work in the sun.
Shit like malaria wasn't killing us; it was killing them.
Yeah, I mean your black physiology, as they say, stronger and longer, right? And so that's why they put us in the field. Like these motherfuckers can stand in the sun. Imagine people powerful enough to be able to stand face to face with the most powerful thing in our universe as we know it. Identify something more powerful than the sun for me right now. I got time. The number's 262-202-5131. Say what? The sun, right? We can stand face to face in it and look at the sunlight. White people say sun rays are carcinogenic. We'll get skin cancer. We be like, what the fuck you talking about?
Hey, you know what's funny? So is that shit they put on their skin for sun cancer, right?
Steady trying to chase it.
That shit's,
I wish we could do that.
That shit's cancerous too.
They make me sick with their strong asses. See, y'all got it twisted. Y'all feel sorry for yourselves. I feel sorry for them. I feel sorry for them. Once again, we go back to being the best that we can be. Now, I said it about myself, right? What if unilaterally all of us was the best we could be together in a community? Who'd stop that community? You know what they'd have to do? They'd have to do Rosewood all over again. They'd have to do Black Wall Street every other day. because it'd be power popping up from everywhere, communities everywhere. Black people saying, man, we all concentrated on being and see, that's another thing. That's something I need to put on the hoodie. Are you the best that you can be? I ain't talking about the army. Be your best self. Start working on your issues. Man, I know because I got plenty. I ain't the motherfucker to sit around and be like, I graduated from Harvard. I went to Cambridge. All that fuck shit. I'm like, I'm with y'all. I think I care about the community so much because I'm still part of the community. See, I don't have to live on the block to be part of the block. It's in me. It ain't on me. Totally understand what's going on, even if it's new faces in new places. Totally understand what's going on. So that's why I'm passionate about Black people. That's why I'm passionate about distributing information that will help and assist us for our struggle, for liberation in this country. Sean, you all right, man? How you doing tonight, man? How you feeling, man? You the OG on the panel. What's good?
Man, I woke up this morning, man. You know what I mean? So hell, I'm all right. You did. Getting back to what y'all was saying earlier, man. People ask me how am I doing? I woke up this morning, right? So anything that I didn't get right yesterday, I got an opportunity to fix that today and to grow today, right? So shit, man, I'm good, man. Any day I wake up, man, guess what? I got a chance, boss. I'm good. I'm good.
That's
I'm
right.
good. Believe that.
That's right.
Now I'm glad y'all all right.
Oh man, I'm tight like that booty.
I said all right. I ain't said nothing about tight like
I know.
that booty.
It's my job to do the metaphors. It's my job to do the metaphor.
Yeah, I ain't that old. I can't grasp that.
It's funny because my father used to say, people say, hey, Reverend Barnes, how you doing? He say, I'm all right. I ain't complaining. And even if I was, who would care? Right? You think somebody care about your complaints? Most of the time, if you're around a person like myself, when you start complaining, I tune you out. I'm looking at you and it sounds like wah, 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 wah. Man, listen, man. Have you ever been up against it and you got out of it, but you made sure that you took care of your part in it? You hear me? You in a situation, right? And it's all bad. And you could easily say, oh, it's fucked up. Why people do me like that? But if you've taken the time to say, but what part did I play in this? Right? Let me take accountability for this situation. And moving forward, I accept that I will never put myself in this position again. And then you got past it. You ain't got no room for no excuses from no motherfucker after that. They be like, oh, man. All right, bro. You just tune them out like, damn.
Hey, let me interject right quick, right?
Go ahead.
You just said something and it took me somewhere, right? I'm sitting right now with, remember a few months ago, the grandmother got shot with the baby on the park.
The grandmother got shot. Say that
on
again.
21st and Keith. The
Okay.
grandmother got shot in the head. The baby got shot 3 times, once in each arm, once in the stomach, right? And you said something, that your daddy used to tell you. I used to hear the same thing. How can I complain about something, man, right? When I'm sitting here looking at what the grace of God allowed me to be a part of, right? I was there after she got shot, and to sit here and be able to talk to her, knowing that baby okay and she okay. How can I complain about anything? I woke up this morning, man.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I got to talk to her.
Yeah,
that's a blessing, man.
Right.
It's funny because a lot of people, once again, it's about understanding, man, how sometimes you got to understand how he's been good. I'm sitting around sometimes, I look at my own son walking around, doing what he does, being who he is. And I realize, like, say, man, do you understand there's some people who can't even reproduce? There's some people who have children who die a crib death. There's some people who lose their child. There's some people who can't connect with their child. There's some people who ain't in a position to take care of their child. That go your boy right there.
Right.
And I might walk up to him and just punch him. He don't even know what you doing, Pop. Man, get your ass out the way. You don't even understand, man. That's man for say, boy, I love you, man. You know what I'm saying? So I even or my daughter sends me a message, hey daddy, love you. I'm like, dude, come on, man. That's my baby girl. It's my firstborn. She grown, and all she does is express her appreciation for me being a good father to her. That's something that that should make you want to run butt naked. Well, depending on where you at, I take that. John said I'm too old for this shit.
I ain't doing all that now.
Rail
Shit.
said I'm already there. I ran down here naked, right? I had to put on clothes for the show.
Shit.
But it is
Hey,
what it is, man.
that's how it be.
Yeah, man. Life is good, man. Life is good. I don't give a fuck what you're talking about. Listen, I want to tell everybody this. Maybe you focusing on negative shit all the time. Maybe you always finding a reason to say something foul. Man, them niggas make me sick, man. Look at dude, man. Look at dude car. Look at dude house, man. Dude has said she has. I ain't got time for none of that shit. I don't have time for that shit. Because I'm working on me. Working on me. I'm changing my oil. I'm changing my spark plugs. I'm changing my spark plug wires, right? My muffler bad. I got to look at my exhaust pipe. Pause. I'll take that back. I don't have to look. Well, I'm getting to the age where the colonoscopy is coming, right? Because I'm damn near 50. So pretty soon I'm going to have to get violated. So maybe that is all in the game. I don't know. Better to know better. Better to know better. Took it in a whole different direction, but that's what I do. Don't let me catch y'all out here wearing these cartoon ass boots. And I understand. Have you seen these boots? Anybody seen these boots?
Hold on. How we go from a colonoscopy to boots, bro?
It's called a transition, brother.
You putting your foot in somebody's ass?
Well, no, see, that's full court offense, and then there's half court offense.
Okay.
So we ain't in full break on a fast break no more. So now I'm going to half court so we can talk about these boots.
I thought you was leading up to putting your foot in somebody's ass, but
no. I keep my foot on the ground. I don't put my foot in nobody. My foot is better served outside somebody's ass. It's better on the ground so I can walk on it. You feel me? Ain't never been partial to that. I punch you in the face. I'm too quick to kick you in your ass, right? Like I want to do with your ass. But no, I'm talking about these cartoon ass boots. These, I don't know what you call them. Astro Boy. They're MCHF boots. Did y'all see this shit? And people like celebrity Lil Wayne had on some.
Oh, them boots, Kanye, big ass black boots.
No, these you can't.
No, that's the big red rubber ones.
You can't even blame
Kanye
this.
has some black ones though.
Yeah, but you can't blame these. Kanye had the Balenciagas, the whatevers. These are some straight. Come on, the cartoon, the boots you see motherfuckers wear. It's like, and they haven't come out yet, but they're $350, right? And I'm just waiting for some bitch in Milwaukee to come walking in Walmart with these boots on.
Oh yeah,
this is some dumb shit, man. Listen, I'm a youngster, man. I came up. We innovated the hip hop clothing where people saying, "What the fuck do they got on?" With jerseys and khakis, and we made what they call now sneakers. We used to call them tennis shoes. Now you got sneaker heads. Our generation was the first one to say, "Nah, man, you can't come around here with them Rosm smackers on. You got to have some official tissue on your feet, man. Or you getting ribbed, right?" Shoes became a thing under us. Kangos, Gazelles, the starter jackets. Our generation, we embrace fashion trends that my father and them used to be. My father'd be like, "Boy, what you got on?" He didn't get it. But this weirdo shit is out the window. I don't listen. Lil Wayne is Lil Wayne, and we've always known Lil Wayne is a weirdo for all intents and purposes. Don't let me catch one of you niggas walking down Burleigh or something with these goddamn boots on. It's not impressive. It's horrible.
Man, look,
$350 for them. I mean, $350. I'm like, these ain't Gators. These y'all just laughed at me the other night for saying I still crease my pants, and then motherfuckers on Saturday wearing these boots and ain't nobody saying nothing. That's that bullshit.
Times is changing, man. I mean, the world is changing. Shit, to each his own, man.
Now you ain't got
I'm not buying them. You ain't gonna never catch me or my sons. I better not see my sons in none, right? But shit, if they want to get them, man, if they not hurting nobody to get them, right? Man, do you?
No, fuck that. Take them goof ass boots off, man. I ain't giving
Well,
ain't no justice on that. I'm about to start some shit. I was just talking about being happy. People say, Kev, I thought you love everybody.
right,
I don't love them
right.
boots, man. Not for no grown up, man. I don't love them boots. The Snoop said we don't love them boots. We don't love them boots, man. We ain't giving no. Hey, I'm still pissed about skinny jeans, and now you're gonna bring me boots on the heel of it? Come on, man. Brothers out here walking around with yeast infections with some tight ass pants and some cartoon boots on. Catch my chat room up. Ericaville said we made them. They are mutants. She talking about white people. She said we made them. She said we can't live without the sun. All we need is sun, air, and water. I need some chicken every now and then, burger or some ribs. You need some little sustenance. She said Yakuba. Is that what they call a white man? What they call him? Yakuba. What do they call him? I forget that name. What they call him? She said the God is the sun. That's where we came from. Okay. I just know we can stand face to face. Sharon Evans said, I have an appreciative daughter also.
No, that's the doctor, the evil
Yakuba. I don't know. You broke up a little bit, real. I don't know why is my signal not collecting.
Dr. Yakub.
Okay. I've heard that before,
Dr.
Dr.
Yakub.
Yakub. Okay, I've heard that before. Yeah, Sharon Evans.
Yeah,
She said her daughter's appreciative.
I think they say he.
I can appreciate that, Sharon. That your daughter is appreciative. It's someone your child can tell you thank you. When your kid tell you, when you had to stand through some shit with your kid and they turn around and say, you know what, I really appreciated that. Or they get a little bit older and tell you, man, I was scared that time, but you made me feel better. You're like, yeah, I did my thing. I did my thing right there. She said, Dion said he trying to get his colonoscopy in June. Yeah, man. About that time. She said, they are representing that they are androids. Okay, white people are androids. B Terry, he said, what's up? What's good, Outlaw listeners? Love. Shout out to my brother Byron Terry.
Peace.
She said the celebrities are android robotoids. Damn, android robotoids. That's crazy. He said,
Arigato, Mr.
I know a few of these niggas around here robot toys too.
yeah, it's a lot out here. Yeah, it's a bunch of you right, Sean. A bunch of robotic androids out here. Dion said, you see, I keep them J's on deck. I'm away from J's, but I'll buy them for my son. I buy them for my favorite shoe. I tell people this, y'all can laugh at this too. My favorite shoe is a Clark. It's a leather hustler. Man, I love if I can wear any shoe on this earth, I'm gonna put on some leather hustlers. I put them on with church pants. I got black, brown. I'm trying to find a certain blue. I'll be working on it, man. That's what
You got to go to the online store, man. That's where I
I
get
know where to get
mine
them
from. They got all the colors.
Yeah, but they be sold out, so you got to strike, and especially with Amazon, you got to strike at a certain
No,
time.
you got to go to the Wallaby store, man.
Oh no, they
I
cost
didn't
too
say
much.
go to Amazon.
No, they cost too much. No, they cost too much. I'm not going to go. I'll go to
Well,
Clark.
you don't want the Wallabies then.
No, I don't. I didn't say Wallaby. I said Clark. I didn't say Wallaby. You said Wallaby. I said Clark.
Well, man, okay. Well, don't nobody want just no Clarks, man.
No, I rock Clarks. I rock.
All right, whatever, man. You just messed the whole conversation.
People, especially old school cats, that say, "Man, where you get them from?" Man, come on, man. Sean, see, you trying to dim my light. You're trying to dim my light, Sean.
It's your light, brother. I ain't gonna turn it out.
Right. Nobody want
no
Clarks.
Shine, gonna shine.
Ain't that a black man for y'all? Nobody want no damn Clarks. Take some shoes.
I didn't say nobody, but
them ain't Wallabies, nigga. Them ain't Wallabies. Them ain't Wallabies.
That's where you get the Wallabies from the Clark store. Go to the Clark store. Stop cutting corners.
It be your own homie, bro. It be your own homie, Kamar. It be your own.
I'm trying to look out for you, boss. I'm trying to look out for you.
She said big head scientist. I'm assuming she talking to Sean just cause.
Nah, that's Dr. Yakub.
I know. I'm just fucking with
Damn.
No, she said Amazon. Sharon Evans said Amazon is the plug. Right. I don't know what this brother talking about. They have Wallabies. I just bypass them and go to Clark.
Sharon, do you wear Clarks?
She might.
I'm asking.
Or her man. She might get them for her man.
I'm asking.
Brother, be out here with some clean mules on. Yes, sir. She said Wallabies is Dion said Wallabies is Clark's. I know, but there's a different.
Clark has a whole company, Dion.
But Clark makes Wallabies, but Wallabies are a certain style. It's a variation of style.
And And Wallabies aren't the only shoes that Clark's make.
No, because I got several different kinds of Clarks, man. I'm a
Yeah.
shoe guy. I'm a shoe guy. Trust me. That's why Dion said he keeps the Jordans. I still got Jordans right here that I had my senior year in college because I used to wear J Bones all the time, different colors. Because at first, see, what I was taught in the neighborhood is that I couldn't wear nothing but Adidas, right? So forever, I wore shell toes. Like my brother used to fuck with me all the time because he's like, I know what you want for Christmas. We're like, what? There's some shell toes, especially the black ones. Them was my favorite. All through high school, I wore shell toes, right? Straight up and down, just all different forms, all just we wore Adidas.
Yeah.
Then when I got in college, I'm like, shit, I'm about to, man, I fucked around, got me some Air Max. I fell in love with the Air Maxes, and then I started wearing J Bones because I, you was young, trying to dress fly and get out here at the little girls. So I was a J Bone guy. I got a bunch of them over there that's very old, but I stopped once I came home because when I became grown, I stopped wearing like shoes. I started wearing grown man shoes. Like I stopped wearing sneakers. I started wearing like grown man shoes, especially when we go out. Because back in the days, if you go out, if you had on tennis shoes, you couldn't get in. So you had to have what we call some grown mans. So I used to, man, boom, 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 with the Stacy's and all. I got into that kind of shit. So yeah, man. Sharon Evans said Pumas. She said Pumas, whatever I catch on sale. I've never had a pair of Pumas. She said Clarks are expensive. They can be, especially the Wallabies. They can be. You get into that Wu-Tang exotic suede Wallabies with the blue on one side and the white and all that. Slick Rick he has a line of Wallabies. The motherfuckers cost like $200. I'm sorry, Rick. Bought your album, then you buy your shoe. Right? She said Deion Carter. My partner Deion Carter, man. That's my dude right there, man. I went to school in North Dakota with Deion, and he's from Milwaukee. But we had a good time. We had a good time in North Dakota, then with Deion. He said, "What up, Kev? You are built for talk radio." I know I'm built to talk. I wish I could get on the radio. They won't hire me around this motherfucker. That outlaw that outlaw shit. Black and white with black stripe. I like to wear them when I rock the mic. Sharon Evans, you rocking the mic. We got to get Sharon. We got to get her her gift basket.
She's dropping bars.
Yeah, and she got a T-shirt. She got an Outlaw Radio T-shirt coming, but I'm gonna buy one of her gift baskets too. They look fly, and I want to promote them because she got gift baskets. So we got to get that on. Dion said, "What man? The Havana Joes, bro. I'm telling you, man. Early 2000s when the brother was really in his fly, the Havana Joes. They look like hustlers." So yeah, we all up in the matrix with the all black Joes, with the black Jabos. Man, come on, man. My brother got into it. He got his issue with them clothes. Plus my wife like a well-dressed man.
The Chrysler 300 looked like a Phantom too.
No, that was not acceptable. No, that's like you said. You got some jump mans. Them ain't Jordans. Them is jump mans. Them ain't Jordans. No.
Hey, you know what's wild? Like I never been in the shoes like that. Like I was the boy that wanted Ninja Turtle shoes. Like I didn't think about. Like I guess I never was really into basketball type shit. So I remember one time I was at the store and I seen some shoes I thought was cold because it looked like they had little windows on the side or some shit. So I asked for those. Man, I went to school and everybody was like, "Oh, Rail got on the new J's," and I'm like, "Oh, okay, is that what these is? Okay, cool." Because they was J's, they was XJ900s.
Wow. No, you did not.
From Payless, you know what I'm saying? But I didn't know. I just liked the style. But then come to find out they were when I seen the J's, I seen what they was trying to do. But that happened to me twice, man. Because the other time that was first grade, and then in fourth grade, I picked some shoes. They were Spaldings. I just like shoes and shit. I just grabbed some shoes. So people were like, "Oh, Rail got on the Barclays." They was white and black. They was white with like black triangles and some shit on it. And I'm like, "Oh, is that what these is? These are Barclays?" I don't know. But it just show you how quickly people go from loving you and to hating you for some shit you ain't even trying to do because somebody's like, "Man, them ain't Barclays. Them some Sparklies." And then from there, like everybody was like, "Oh, he perpetrate. You remember perpetrating back in the day?
He a perpetrator.
He perpetrating the fraud, like
fucking poser. Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all this. I grew up on Capitol Drive. Let me tell you something. I grew up on 17th and Capitol Drive, right? Black people had a little something over there. You could not step out the house with some unofficial sneakers on. You will go back in very quickly. You're going to get absolutely dragged. And I'm talking about all the way from Docksiders and penny loafers up through the first Air Force One, up through when cats really the Jordans, the first Jordans, the second ones, the Jordan 3s, which is my favorite. Until we got into Adidas, like even with us, even with my real people over there, your Adidas had to be on deck. Like you had to keep fresh ones. Like, oh, dude got the green forms. Man, that man got the when you get the brown. I had the rawhide brown and black shell toes. Cats like, where you get your shoes had to be official. If you came out some XJ 900s, you probably would have got jumped. You probably got beat up.
I ain't never
better be ready
jumped.
to fight this XJ 900.
You better be ready, Sean. You better be ready to fight. Look, and that's why I learned that me and the partners really had love for each other, because you didn't even want your partner out there. So if you had some fresh new ones, you say, hey man, I'll throw you the little forms I had, man. You know what I'm saying? And you know, you can wear them, man, instead of wearing them, dog, because we about to go to this party. Your partner be like, yeah, man, good looking, dog. You know, I ain't gonna even say nothing unless you get into an intense rib session. You be like, nigga, that was my shoes.
See, and I never understood that. Like, and that's something too. Like, as a kid, I never was a dude. Hey, let me wear your sweater. Like, you know,
no. You don't have to do that. See, that's what I'm saying. This love from this homie love right here. You don't have to say that.
I never.
Right.
But I never wanted. My uncle used to be like, "Hey, Rail," you know, my uncle was in the shit, so he was, "Hey, Rail, go and take my car and drive past the lake, get you a couple holes and stuff." And he be like, "Nah, I'm good." Because if they fucking with me, they fucking with me because they like your car. Like,
that wasn't it, Real. That wasn't it, Real. He remembered you with the shoes, and he just like let me help him a little bit.
Yeah,
because he had them Sparkies.
But them his shoes though.
Sparkies.
So like.
That boy has some Ninja Turtle shoes on.
Hey, Real.
You a junior in high school with some running shoes on.
Perfect example. Real, a perfect example. Well, you know, really, first off, it's the mindset. Your mindset is like, I ain't wearing nobody else's shoes. You know
right, I'd rather be fucked with for who I am by who fucks with me.
Hey, look at it from this mindset. You seen the movie Buffs?
Yeah, dude, that shit funny.
You wear certain shit, you get the women. You know what I mean?
Right.
Sure.
And
so you know what I mean? He's trying to look out. He's just trying to look out for you. You know.
But see, Real. What I'm saying to you, Real.
Yeah.
What I'm saying to you, Real, is you would have. I could like the homie would have. He was standing with us with this shit on. He wasn't asking for nothing. He wasn't saying, "Dog, let me wear your shoes." But you, as his partner, you recognized it, and you said, "Man, we finna go somewhere. We finna shine. We all gotta look good." So you threw that love to him, like, look, man. Or even if you had something that was fresh that you wasn't even really wearing, you'd be like, dog, mom bought me these. I don't really wear them, or they too little. Just take these instead of looking busted. So he took it out of saying,
hey, them the first phases of putting your homie on.
Yeah.
Before it was the D gang putting your homie on, it was like, hey, dog, here, throw these on. We finna go to this party.
Yeah, man, we all finna shine. We can't be in here dipped and you up in here with some scutchies on. Man, we gonna have to fight because of you. They back here beating your ass. You got the damn scutchies on. The 3000, man. I the Sunday school 3s. We up in the party, man.
So if he was like, nah, fam, I would just wear my shit there. Like y'all be like, nah, well, you can't come with us because
no, that ain't what you do. What you do is you give him some straightening right there and say, check this out, man. I hear you, nigga, but fuck that shit. Nigga, we finna be clean, nigga. Put these motherfuckers on, dog. Them shits is busted, nigga. Fuck that, man. Here, nigga. If he was, he say, all right, man, you right. Hey, look, wear them motherfuckers tomorrow, but wear these tonight. How about that?
I feel you.
Because niggas gonna start ribbing on you, then you gonna want to fight. And just put these motherfucking shoes on, man. Fuck all that bullshit.
it was for the sake of safety and like I mean,
Yeah,
okay, yeah, I feel you.
and he'll realize how good it is when some chick then he got action, we all got action. You wasn't getting no action with them scratchies on. With them Jerusalem 7s on. You wasn't getting no action, man. Come on,
Yeah, I
man. I'm trying to
feel
help
you.
you. Help me help you, right? Like that's what you tell
Right.
him. Help
Cause
me
you
help
gotta be,
you.
you my wingman.
Right.
Right? My
Come on, man.
wingman can't be all foul and wacky shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, see,
Yeah.
the flip side of that is if it was a dude who's always asking for something, you didn't give him shit. Come on, man, let me wear this.
Okay, yeah.
Man, let me wear you. Man, now go, man. What the fuck on,
Okay,
man?
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Because usually he had shit. He was just greedy. Or he
yeah.
just wanted to, he wanted to rock. No, man, you got shit, nigga. You got shoes. They ain't finna let you. But if it was a homie who was with us and you knew he was struggling. You look at his, you go to his house with him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like that homeboy who you go out, we go to their house, they might not have much food at their crib. It might be 6, 7 people eating out the fridge. You come to my house, open the refrigerator, shit falling out there and they hit you in the head. So my
Yeah.
thing was, if you at my crib, I'm like, cuz you want something to eat? Nigga trying to act shy, nigga. I'm telling you, because I'm about to make me a sandwich. You want something? Man, yeah, let me, because my mother come and be like, you eating in front of your company? What you want, baby? What you want to eat? We got this, and that. This nigga know he was
Yeah.
hungry. You better eat up, motherfucker, because I'm gonna eat right in your face.
Yeah.
Nigga, this cheese,
Yeah.
hot motherfucker, nigga. I offered you some, nigga. Shit, you better
Right,
jump in,
right,
right? That's learning. That's a learning
right.
experience. Like, man, I got people who will look out for me.
Hey, you know what? It like just talking to y'all, it might be some ingrained shit. Cause we on the flip side of that, we was taught even if you starving, these people probably just offering you shit to be nice. You ain't got to accept everything offered to you. So it's like, so if they ask you if you want anything, just say no, thank you. They let them keep their stuff. Like,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
was
And
You
ingrained
get
in
a
me.
sometimes,
you get a
hey,
lot of
sometimes it be
people.
pride too. You know what I mean? Like it's some little boys that be coming around to Sherman Phoenix and they be flipping for money.
Okay.
You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Like, and then their mama come one day, like, you know what I'm saying? She come around and like, why my kids keep coming up here with money and shit? You know what I mean? And she find out why, and she like, wait, they be eating at home, they do this, they do that, I take care of them. But they just some hustlers, right? And they mama like, I don't want you out there begging for money and doing that, but that's what they do. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Mama don't want them doing that. So
yeah,
sometimes it just be pride too, because I done seen people, families where they really wasn't doing good. And then they still be like, because the pride just, I don't want you to know I'm doing bad.
Right.
Yeah.
pride or embarrassed at what they don't have.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Uh, shit, I know kids, man. I was one of them kids, man. Being raised not to tell what's going on in the house,
Right.
inside.
Right.
Right?
You
That
bet
goes
not.
for everything. If you
Right.
not eating, you ain't telling nobody that you're not eating. You know
Right.
what
You
I
bet
mean?
not.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Well, I tell
That's a
all y'all what.
subject though.
I tell all you proud motherfuckers what. When we was younger and your ass was hungry and you come to my house and my mama pile one of them plates up with that fried chicken. We got them potato wedges sitting over there with a pot of greens and some macaroni and cheese, nigga. And me and my brother sit down, we slamming hot sauce and Wonder Bread. Motherfucker, you a proud motherfucker if you can sit through that. Cause I'm gonna break you. Hey man, give me that Kool-Aid. My brother, hey yeah, get the Kool-Aid out there. We eating. And my mama gonna come in and say, baby, I know. Look, you don't gotta sit here. If you can sit through that shit,
Yeah.
God bless you.
I
Salam
would
alaikum.
say I wasn't gonna eat now.
Shit, I'm talking
You know
about.
what
I
I
seen
mean?
brothers with
Yeah.
that. Don't tell my mama, but shit, nigga, let me get a plate. Fuck it, here, man. You better eat up, bro. I'm telling you, man. I mean, we still have that spirit now. My wife and I, when especially any
Yeah.
child, it could be a grown man. If you walk in my house and I'm eating, and we finna go do something, I'll be like, let me finish eating. I finish up. I ain't gonna offer you shit. But my wife would say, don't just sit there and eat in front of him. Would you like a plate of something? You sit your proud ass there, I'm good. Stomach talking about, I ain't gonna offer you shit. I'm like, hold on, man. Let me give me a soda. You fat ass always eat. Yup. Take a lot to maintain this. Dion says he hope your shoe game changed, real. He said he hope you still ain't wearing the Ninja Turtles and the karate shoes to work.
You know what? You know what? Right now I wear funny shit. Right now I wear New Balances. Like I like New Balance because I got flat feet, so I like comfort. Like, dude, I'm telling you, my shit be practical and functionable. Like because
I like
they're
New
shoes.
Balances, Pumas, all that shit.
And they feel good as hell. And then for me,
New Balance comfortable as a motherfucker, man.
hell yeah. And for me, like I think Jordan's like $250, whereas it only costs like $35 to manufacture them, market them, and ship them. So I would rather buy some Nike stock for $50, you know, and own a portion of the company that motherfuckers paying $250 for these shoes that only cost $30 to make. So like I don't know. I just be thinking about shit like that.
But it only cost 5 cents to make them goddamn XJ100s. You ain't talking about the markup
Yeah,
on them shit. That's 5 cents. Man, he's charging $30 for them motherfuckers.
Man, you know how
think
proud
about all of it, player.
You know how proud I was to wear them damn shoes, and it wasn't because I thought they was Jordans. Them motherfuckers, you remember the Jordans that they was a knockoff of? I think they was the 5. They had
I don't. I'm not up on my XJ900s. I don't know about the XJ905.
Well, you remember the Jordan that it was black with red tips, but then it had like that like window pane shit on the side. It was like some clear. It was those, but it was the white and gray version of those. So I'm like, dude, these are like some space shoes. Like I'm thinking like that and shit. Like these motherfuckers are like I can run fast. And then when I get to school,
for that. There's no excuse for having the XJs on, real. I can't ride with you. You my outlaw. You my outlaw brother.
Hell, man.
Please don't come to the Outlaw Radio broadcast with the XJs on, because you getting ribbed. You getting ribbed. Dion said he went to the car show in Chicago this weekend, and he told his girl, you can't come to Chicago unless you have Jordans on. I can see that.
Oh, damn.
Michael Jordan City, right? I mean, yeah.
Well, yeah.
You know what? With tennis.
What you say, Sean?
I don't even like with tennis shoes on like that, man. You know what I mean? We going somewhere, and you got to put your Jordans on. No, put some heels on.
Yeah. I mean, I'm grown. Back in the days when I was a youngster, we getting fitted. Yeah, you know, have some good sneakers. But now I'm not, I'm not impressed because you 50 and you got some
Jordans to go out in Chicago.
Yeah. But to each his own. I
don't want to go there. We're not going. I'm sorry. Yeah.
See, I will if I'm going to Chicago, I want to go to a stepper set. So I'll probably have on like some Stacey Adams or something like that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it says I think tennis shoes can say a lot about. I mean, it's like anything else. It says a lot about who you are. A lot of times, if you're in a position to really express yourself through your wardrobe, and see, some people ain't got enough money to do that, but some people are at a point where you like to utilize your wardrobe to express yourself. That's why I was saying I love to have some fresh crease jeans, some good leather hustlers, and a nice button down. To me, that's my personality. I'm expressing myself.
If you can buy some Jordans, you can buy a tux. You can buy a suit. You can buy a suit with the shoes. You can get the tux with the shoes for a couple more dollars, right? You can get the full fit, right? And I mean, man, well, you know what?
Like, and that's honestly what I prefer.
When you put that shit on.
Right, and that's what I prefer.
Wear your Jordans. Wear them. I mean, listen.
To each his own.
Yeah. Wear your Jordans, man.
Yeah.
I got partners who still into that. I got partners my age who still like, I had to. Okay, well, but I would say this, Sean. To your point, I think you probably could even say that like this: if you're gonna have a pair of Jordans, have a suit. If you're gonna have some sneakers over here, have some Stacy's.
Okay.
Right. If you gonna have, oh man, I gotta go get them twos. Have a tux, have a black tie. Be able to go to a black tie affair.
Yeah.
Because then now it's full grown. Like, man, I dress to how I feel. Feeling a little sporty today. I'm about to throw some J-Bones and hit them all. Or sometimes I feel New York. I'm about to throw my Timbos on and sag a little bit with a hoodie on. That's my mood today.
In Milwaukee, man, in Milwaukee and a lot of places, right? Jordans is a status symbol, right? You want people to think that you got money. I mean,
Yeah.
you want to look like you got money. If you really want to look like you got some money, man, dress like you got some money so that you can draw some money. Everybody that people know that, hey, you gonna stand in line for these Jordans so that you you feel good about yourself, and you want other people to have this image of you.
Mm-hmm.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
For
So
some people,
get that, man. You know,
well, Sean, for some people that might be the case, but I think there's a lot of people who feel like this. I make enough money and I'm doing well enough to buy what I want. And I wanted
I,
some Jordans. So I went and bought
I,
them. It ain't about what you think about me. It ain't about no, this is what I wanted. These are the kind of shoes I like.
No, he talking about motherfuckers. The rent need to be paid, and they trying to figure that shit out, but
yeah,
they going to get these paid.
you got them same. You got them same Jordans. You can go get Jordans for the club. You some Jordans for church. You go get you some Jordans for the fair. You go get you some Jordans for every occasion. But your lights every week,
Yeah,
they talking about turning your shit off.
Man,
right.
Priorities,
Them
man,
man.
motherfuckers.
I had
Priorities.
some of the flyest non-paying renting ass tenants in the history of tenants, man. Like every time you seen them, they was in $300 jeans, taking a trip,
Yeah,
all kind of shit. But it every like
Versus
dude,
here with the feds
but
watching.
but but had more stories than rent or more, So yeah, it be people that I mean they say people what they do, they buy what they want, then beg for what they need.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. It goes down to well, like I said, it goes down to, what do you need to do to make yourself feel good? Sometimes you just get listen, I'm a hobby dude, right? Like so I believe for me, the same shit I did when I was a kid, I do right now, right? Like so when I was a kid, I was gonna play video games, I was gonna be
Mm-hmm.
somewhere with a remote control car, or I had a
Mm-hmm.
bunch of Intertech water guns that look
I
real.
pulled mine out. Yes,
And
I
I
pulled my
be,
cards out yesterday.
and so right now, if you come in my studio, you're gonna see hella hobby grade remote control cars, helicopters, fucking quads. You go in my garage, you're gonna see a million realistic looking gel blasters because me and my son get it in. He try to run up on me in the summertime. He got the drum on his, I got the drum on mine. We tearing each other up. It's the same shit. But once again, there's balance because I also make sure that the lights is on. Also make sure
Mm-hmm.
that his tuition is paid.
Right,
Also make sure
right,
that my car note is paid. I don't just
right,
say, well, I'm gonna go get me a remote control car. I don't give a fuck if they is finna cut the lights off. No, you
right.
might not want to have no hobby grade shit if you can't keep the lights on. It's
Man,
priorities. Um,
sadly, it's fucked up in our community like
well,
that.
sometimes we go above and beyond to feel good. We just
Yeah.
want to feel good. And some people feel like, man, I feel like somebody, especially if I'm standing somewhere with them J's on, somebody come up and be like, damn, cuz you killing them with the threes. Where
And
you
for
get
some
them?
people, for some people, just to feel good, you know what I mean, is to make somebody else feel like they successful by
Yeah, man.
buying that
Mm-hmm.
shit.
Nobody wants to feel like
Mm-hmm.
a failure. Dion said, he said, I stay on point. Shoes, clothes, cologne, glasses, I stay fresh. I think as a grown man, you do have to, you
That's
have to,
fly.
yeah,
We wasn't
you
talking
should
about you,
be.
Dion.
Yeah,
Well,
if you
well,
if you can
he just
stand
he
it, it's
giving
all
himself
good.
he giving himself credit, man. He stay groomed,
Yeah,
his
if you
gear
can
on
stand it,
point.
it's all good. You know what I
Yeah.
Yeah.
mean? That's all good. That's
We
the
talking
shit.
about
You
people
know
who
what I'm
ain't got their
saying?
priorities straight, man.
Right.
But
Or whatever.
That's the shit.
some of these dudes some of these cats, and I tell people this all the time, man. I was under the impression for a long time about, this masculinity shit and what a man should do and what he shouldn't do. Then I started learning how to really take care of myself. And when I got married, my wife and I, I went with her got the manicure and the pedicure. My wife used to like do my nails and give me gloss and all, not no French tips and nails and nothing, but she used
Right,
to make
right.
sure my cuticles was done and all that. And so you start learning how to be fly. Ain't nothing wrong with that unless you get super metrosexual with the shit. Now you got to get polish and shit on your nails. But sometimes as a man, you need something to go to the barbershop, get lined up, get groomed up, put me a fit on, spray some cologne on, get clean, step out with my lady. Or step out looking for a lady, depending on where you at in the game. Nothing wrong with that. When you start becoming
Mm-hmm.
too fucking cosmetic for me, man, I can't go out with you, dog. I ain't got my nails done, bruh. Come on, man. You got to pause now, man. You're doing too much. It was good to groom yourself. She said, Sharon Evans said, Rail, it's like you don't let your friends wear red in Crip territory. Yeah, that's like you coming out with them XJ900s. You can't go to the party with us with that.
I'm a find them mugs. I'm gonna send y'all a picture of them too.
Find them.
Right. You gonna trigger somebody trauma. They didn't got their ass whooped for wearing some XJs when we was little. Oh, I grew up on Capitol. They beat me up for that shit.
Man, I went to, but they didn't bother me. I went to Phillip. I lived on the 4100 block. People always respected me for being different. I guess just.
Yeah, no, you know what? I grew up in that.
Or maybe they pity me. I don't know, man.
I grew up in that area too. But I'm here to tell you there's a distinct difference between that area and Capitol Drive. I grew up on Capitol. I went to school over there with them brothers. I shout out to 4100. Them the partners, them the homies. Whole different mentality when you get on that main thoroughfare. Whole different kind of like if I was gonna come out the house and I went south to Capitol, it was a whole different walk. Whereas if I went north up to Fee Branch and Phillip and all that, yeah, over there, it's all hood, all love. Yeah, that's real with the funny shoes on. On Capitol, that shit turned into this motherfucker come with these busted ass shoes on, man. I ain't fucking with dude today. It was just two different mentalities.
Damn.
Yeah. It's two different mentalities, man. I'm saying, man, real shit.
Because of my shoes, because the shit I chose.
Yeah, man, you can't even roll with us. You can't roll. You had at least 3 homies say, man, dude ain't going nowhere with me with them goddamn slides on, man. Y'all, somebody get this nigga some shoes, man. Like, man. Damn, cuz his mama came. Man, I just offered the nigga some forms the other day. He wouldn't take them, cuz.
That's the crazy thing. It ain't like we was lacking, like my mama a nurse. My granddaddy drove bus, my daddy drove trucks. So we wasn't lacking.
You wanted them XJs.
I thought they was cold. I'm like, ooh, these is cold.
You lucky.
And then when I got to school, people was gassing me up because I guess they thought they was the Jordans.
You lucky you didn't go to Phillip when I went to Phillip. You went to Phillip just like me. When I went to Phillip, you wouldn't have crossed that goddamn playground in them XJs. We got your ass at the gate. Like, nigga, what the fuck you got on?
Like 4th grade kill day and shit. 4th grade kill day, man.
You wouldn't have been on our dodgeball team or nothing, man. We playing kickball. You was not getting picked in them goddamn ice skate shoes. Ewok said, I was buy you a quarter bag of chips with this food stamp kid, and I better bring back 75 cents. Dion said New Balance ain't no joke. They're expensive as hell too. New Balance is white people shoes. White dudes get excited though. That's they Jordans. I just got some great track shoes.
They love that shit. They comfortable as a motherfucker.
They like walking on clouds, man.
I got a few pairs.
Yeah. Driving
I got an old dusty ass pair that I just keep wearing, man.
Right. I got flat feet, man. It's about what feel good. It ain't about what shit.
Driving a Subaru with some New Balance on. And shit. Got $500,000 in the bank.
My son got me 990s. Them New Balance cost damn near $200.
Everything costs damn near $200 now. Goddamn Big Mac value meal costs $10. Tiasha said, good evening, Kel, Kamara, Rail, Sean, and the entire family. She said, what's up to Sean, too. She recognized him. Sean, didn't nobody say nothing to me.
What up?
He's already starting with when I posted the show. I ain't getting no link. I'm like, ain't nobody got no link yet. I ain't made the link.
Don't be inviting me to the party and you didn't send everybody else the invitation.
Nobody had
got a link. Ask me why I didn't show up. Well, John got an invitation. Where the hell is my invitation?
Then it be one of them situations
where
you go home and the invitation be in your mailbox.
Hey, Sean, don't feel bad. Sometimes I'll be sitting here at the computer just waiting.
Yeah, see?
I call Cap on that. Come on now.
You're going to send out the link 5 minutes before the show. Right?
I send the link out an hour early. Motherfuckers still don't show up till 7:40. It don't matter when I send the link out. The bottom line is until I start writing a check for a motherfucker, I can't say be on time. If I say, nigga, you ain't paying me shit. I just got home, nigga. Like, I'm like, whatever, man. Because I'm going to start it regardless. I'm going to hit the button and start. Y'all come on in when y'all come on in. It is what it is. Dion said his New Balance that cost $250. I bet you it is. He said Ewok said City Wings 86. City Wings. Was them some shoes, Ewok? No creases, Kev. Dion, he said no creases. I'm creasing. I'm creased up right now. I got some blue Dockers. Had to go to Racine today for my job. You think I ain't step up in there freshly creased with some good leather hustlers on? Yes, I did. I'm here to tell it. I'm creasing. I'm creased. I ain't listen. I'm dressed and pressed. My mama said, you better not leave this house without ironing your damn pants. I'm gonna crease mine. I still buy starch. I go in the store and be like, excuse me, can you tell me where the spray starch is? People be like, what the fuck? Yes, that's me. All creased up, baby. She said, who used to wear sharps? Those were, I don't know. I've had some generic shoes when I was little. That's what I'm saying. I got ribbed, man. I got ribbed. Trey Evans said someone gifted me a nice pair of cowgirl boots. When I rode horses with my father, I used to wear cowboy boots. I had some slick cowboy boots. I rode in Juneteenth Day Parade 2 years in a row. I had cowboy boots, cowboy hat, everything. A shirt with the fringes. My mama made it. It was slick. And you know what? I would really like to go back because I keep saying I want a farm. I want like a ranch, man. I don't want to go south and farm. I want to farm up here. But you catch me with a hat and some boots on. Ain't nothing wrong with that. With a big ass buckle. I like country western music. I ain't, some of that shit be fly. I be listening to that white boy singing his ass off. I be listening.
So you ever heard Tennessee whiskey?
Yes, I have heard Tennessee whiskey.
That shit be slapping so hard, especially when black folks sing it.
Yeah, man.
And I found XJ900s. They was made by Pro Wings.
Right. Double foul.
You remember Pro Wings?
Pro Wing motto should be destroying some child's self-esteem since 1979. Ribbed out of you. You got the shit ribbed out of you.
Pro Wings and British Knights.
Tuxedo. Dion, you right. Fashion has changed, man. It's all about personal preference. Let me catch my chat room up. Erica Ville said, fuck Jordan and all the brands. Nobody's branding me. I'm the brand. I'm a designer. I make my own brand. Speaking of that, get y'all some Outlaw Radio apparel. Hit me up, inbox, send me your size, cash at me. Get all this goodness, man. Yeah. And we live in the era of you do for self and being your own brand.
Right. Might as well wear your own.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all.
But in that same token, though, man, you can't say fuck Jordan because Jordan was one of the first ones that put us on it.
Right. I think people
gotta give respect. Gotta give respect to Jordan for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think people Jordan's arrogance. People don't like his arrogance.
How about fuck Adidas and shit like that?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, I would say fuck them all too. I would say fuck them all too, though, Kamar.
Hey, listen, man, listen. The only reason I say I'm saying this is because Jordan is also a black man. He showed us how to do this whole demonstration. Well, he didn't show us how to do it, but he was one of the first ones. They even put our mind there. You know what I'm saying?
To get like
you know what I mean? It's a whole bunch of other brands that's like white folks, slave owners, and shit like that niggas run into.
Right.
But so we can't say fuck Jordan.
Well,
we can't say fuck that brand.
Due to his arrogance, Kamar.
Hold on.
He's very arrogant. His attitude towards us as a people. I can't say fucking, but I get what you're saying though.
KB. I look at it from Jordan's position, right? My people. Right, I'm this ball player. You know what I mean. I'm doing what I do. You know what I mean. I'm donating. I'm playing the game I love, and everybody says they love Jordan. Everybody want to be like Mike, right? And my daddy get killed, and I get attacked. I get attacked by the same people that last week loved me, and I'm going through some shit. My daddy just got killed, and I'm being attacked. I be standoffish too, man. We don't look at that shit. You know what I mean? I ain't mad at Jordan at all. You know what I mean? You came in, you revolutionized the game. You made young black kids dream, change, you know what I mean, shoot for something, right? Show people how to monetize their name, all that shit, right? I ain't mad at Jordan. I would probably feel the same way, man. You know what I mean?
Never
I
know.
really would, man.
Never know. You got to walk in his shoes.
Yeah, right,
Erica Ville
right.
said, "I don't need no one's validation. She said, I'm a god. That's what's up. It's
Talk
for you
your
to feel
shit.
that way." Dion
Yes.
said, he said, I know y'all not beating me up. He said, what school did he went? What school he went to? Rail went to Phillip. I went to Phillip. Rail went right in the same neighborhood, same turf, same soil. He said, your class was in the basement. He said, I like nostalgia shit. I got Troops, BK, Carl, British Knights, Carl Kanai. Yeah, man, if you into your gear, we all had that phase, man. I've been in, I got a box full of watches upstairs. I got like 45 watches. And at one point I
Carl
was
Kanai was
obsessed
so
with,
cold, man.
I was so obsessed with watches. I'm talking about, and I look at some of my more expensive pieces now and be like, that was such a waste of money because I ain't even wore this
What
watch
kind
in
of
5 years.
watches you used to get? I used to get
Man,
fossils.
I used to get JoJo Rodeos, the diamond
JoJo
joints. I used to
Rodeo.
get
Oh yeah.
yeah, because John the jeweler downtown was my man's. In
Oh
in the
okay.
in the
Yeah.
mall, so I used to go down there. He said, "Give me 750 for these two. Give me 800 for this." And I used to bring my wife rings
I
and
think
go down there and spend plenty money with him because I loved the diamonds, man, and with the floating
I
bezels
think
and
Cuckoo Cow did a commercial for
yeah,
dude. Wasn't that
yeah.
the one?
Everybody used to
That
be
shit was
down there,
bumping too, man. That shit was
man.
bumping. Cuckoo Cow so
I got
cold,
about
man.
five or six JoJos that I just look at now and be like, why did I spend that much money on a watch? But I was just into the shit at the time. Just like, man, and
Yeah.
I don't even wear them. I rather wear now my I like the shock proof, the G Shocks and what's
Okay.
the big metal ones that they came out with. I forget what they called. I got a bunch of them too. They got a whole internet
Them
joint.
kinetic ones. Oh
Yeah,
no.
all
Okay.
kinds.
No.
Man, I'm telling you, I got a lot of watches. It's just I'm and not on a high cap, just on that shows you that when you get obsessed,
Yeah.
you get into something,
Yeah.
you really just get into that. So,
See,
but
I
yeah,
used
man.
to love watches and cologne back in the day, but then I started making my own cologne. So now I just make
Uh-oh.
my own scents.
Yeah, I still
But
can
yeah,
I
appreciate
used
watches
to
and
wear
the
cologne,
bullovers
man.
when I used to wear watches.
say that
Huh?
say that again, Kamar.
I used to wear bullovers when I used to wear watches.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't wear watches no more though.
yeah. I got the
Trying
Citizens. I got the Citizens. I got all kinds, man. Seiko, all kinds, man. I used to be on that.
I remember those.
Yeah, man. Blue Angels and all that shit, man. I got man. I have a lot of
Did
them.
you wear glasses? Cause like even
Nah.
now, I never could get into buff. Like if I got some glasses now, it'd still be some Cazals. Like I never was into Cartiers and nothing like that.
Yeah, me neither. I'm getting to the point now where I might need some prescriptions, so I'm gonna give me some fly ass frames. But nah. Um, Ernest said he said white people wear gym shoes for 15 years. White people don't give a shit about you. White people they I see white people all the time. Like, why the fuck do you have those on? It ain't even about being flashy. It's just like, what man, like, dude, for real? What do you have on your feet? Like white
Because
people,
they function. They meant
yeah,
to be
yeah, yeah,
worn and walked into the ground. They took,
yeah. I'm
they
cool.
just function.
Yeah, I said, where my bae at? She ain't with us. The Juice Lady ain't with us. I mean, she probably out hustling. Juice Lady had to. She get it in, man. She mama, full-time mama, career woman. She probably hustling. She might dip in. We'll see. Courtney Dion is asking for you if you're listening. Shout out to the Juice Lady. Lena C. Taylor. She said, I don't iron. What up, Lena? How you doing, my sister? Yeah, I can. I hear my mama ghost. My mama ghost in my head when I don't iron.
I
It
iron, I
causes
just don't crease.
it
No
brings
more.
me what do they call it? What do they call it? Anxiety if I don't iron. Like I had cuz my mama was just that was her thing. Like you couldn't come in the house with your clothes wrinkled. It's like brushing my teeth.
You
Like
can't
my mother, she
be,
gonna get on your ass if you wrinkle.
bro. You can't be creasing Levi's no more, bro.
Are
We
you
ain't
crazy? Them the flies joints, the hard
and
Levi's. Oh my
you
goodness, man.
now. I can
This is
see
faux life. It's
certain
faux life.
days or some shit, some shit, but you don't crease your Levi's no more, bro.
No, I'm telling you, I'm pressed. If you see me anywhere, especially if I got on some Levi's. I don't care. Crease, a crease, what they call it, a starch crease. I spray the starch on the pants,
Yeah,
crease like, and be like, yeah,
yeah.
straight up, yeah. I still do that, man. I still do that. He walks at
If
City
I
Wings. Was at Payless bootleg Jordans. City Wings, they was called. Okay.
City
Uh,
Wing.
she said y'all got to excuse kid for being slow sending you links because he has a flip phone and grew up on cap. Ain't that a bitch?
Whoa.
Now look, now I'll take the flip phone, but hey,
Ain't gonna do that
capital.
though.
Yeah. You got to be advanced, baby. You got to be
Ain't
advanced.
gonna happen.
You got to be one step ahead of the game over there. I'm trying to told you. I'm
Yeah,
trying to explain it to you. But no, you got to excuse. But they talking that shit about links. Them motherfuckers don't need to be that. I can send that shit at 7 o'clock. Ain't nobody gonna be here. I've learned. I ain't gonna worry about it. The one thing about me is I don't worry about stuff I can't control because it brings too much stress. I just do it.
Right.
I know I can hit live and start the show. That's what I can control. That's what I do. Shay and Kruma, Jesse Parrish, man, good luck, man. He said, this is brother Shay and Kruma from Frontline Black News. Shout out to Shabaka. Man, I've been trying to have time to get on. It's been crazy, man. It's been crazy. My schedule and it's about to get crazier. Not sharks, shacks. Yeah, my brother one time talking about he's finna go to get a shack fit and go hooping, man. We laughed his ass off the porch. Give me some shacks and get the whole jogging suit and go hoop. You ain't gonna be on the playground long, motherfucker. You better not come over here with no goddamn shacks on. Pro wings. We all, man, if you grew up in the hood, you know what pro wings is, man. See, my mama wouldn't pay for shoes. So I don't know if y'all how Milwaukee you all are, but I'm JL Marcus, Milwaukee. I'm that old. I remember when you go to JL Marcus, that was the budget hookup. It was like the first silver star, with the
Yeah.
No,
parachute pants
man.
and the
It's
fake
another
leathers.
one.
And
It's another one before JL Marcus. It used to be on Green Bay where
Spartan.
the
Spartan.
Spartan.
Spartan. Yeah.
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 It's,
I ain't
I'm a
new to
Spartans
this.
kid. Shit.
Yeah, my
Yeah, I'm a
mama.
Spartans kid.
Yeah, my daddy had to take over, man. He had to take over the shoe game because my mother just didn't understand. Why would I pay that for some shoes? My father, like, well, look, they getting in fights, like they can't, that's why they into it because they shoes. So he had to take us. And y'all talking about New Balance. Ironically, the first $50 plus pair of shoes I got was New Balances. They was James Worthy's. And my brother got the Reeboks when they first came out. I couldn't believe my father was paying $55 for me some leather shoes. I was like, "You for real?" He was like, "Yeah, man, go ahead." I was like, I tried to fit my foot in the Jordan. It was way too little because he said you could get them. They didn't have them in my size. I was gonna wear a little toddler Jordan. He's like, "Man,
I
take that damn
got
shoe off, man. Your foot balled up in there." I'm like, "No, I'm good." He's like, "Nah, man, no, you can't wear them." Let me catch the chat room up. Dion says Dockers come crease and you got to wear Dockers shoes or Cole Hannon. Or there's a lot of different, there's a lot of different shoes, man. If you a shoe cat, it's a lot of ways that Dockers, man. I'm a Dockers guy, man. I've been rocking the Dockers because I don't wear the Dickies no more. I rather wear the Dockers khakis. My sister Lena Taylor said, nope, Jordan charged too much for those shoes. It's ridiculous, but if we stop buying them, he'll stop selling them.
Man, I
Won't
bought
stop
some
buying
Jordans. Them motherfucking Jordans make my feet look like boats. I wish I could take them back.
'em.
The first pair of Jordans I bought, man. Hate them
Jesse
damn.
Parrish said it's an active shooter at Michigan State University right now. Wow, is it? Oh
Wow.
my God, that's crazy. He said he liked to have running gym and dress shoes. Absolutely, and he's watching VR YouTube channel. So get with the YouTube channel. White people love the most outrageous stuff, no doubt. He said I was taught to iron by my grandmama at a very young age. Yeah, man. That's what I'm saying. Like my mom's was sick, so she be sleep when we leave in the morning. So we had to get ourselves dressed. And so, she took the legs off the ironing board. So because I was too short. So I could put it on the kitchen table. So I could put it on the table and iron. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Because man, let me walk in the house and she up when I come home and my shit's wrinkled. It's hell to take to the captain, and you ain't want that smoke. She be on your ass like, motherfucker, don't ever walk out this house with no wrinkle ass clothes on. Motherfucker's gonna be talking about me. I'm like, shit,
Yeah.
you
That's how
was
my
asleep.
father.
I never said that to her when you was asleep,
We
but I
didn't
love
say
you.
nothing about you not being wrinkled, bro. We said don't put a crease in
No,
Levi.
I'm telling you, when she showed me how to iron, she said, you crease your pants.
Right.
This
Right.
how I know you iron.
Hey, big
So
about what? Five,
That,
6 years
Hey,
old
you
then, man.
traumatized, Kev. You
Yeah, he
traumatized.
but
traumatized.
that's how my father was though. It was like no, like you could be fly, but if you he was like you could be fly, but if you wrinkle, you ain't shit. He was like, you iron your pants, you put a crease in it, and then he always tell me about how his father taught him how to make starch with like potato water or some shit like that.
yeah, man.
Yeah.
Get that goddamn starch, that damn powder starch, and put in some water. If that can empty, man, listen. And my mama said I can tell you iron. You ain't iron them pants. You say I did. Well, where the crease at? So if you didn't have no crease, you didn't iron. So yeah, man. Y'all
Right.
can make fun of me all y'all want. I'm going out of here with a crease in my
I
pants.
feel you. I
I'm
feel you.
telling you. My
Hey,
son be
I
laughing at
just
me
say
right
you
now. Like,
traumatized, man. They got you traumatized in
man,
there.
man, my daughter and my son crack up. We get ready to go somewhere. We putting on our best. Gonna go out to a nice restaurant. Wifey looking good. Kids got their clothes on. Daddy got to go downstairs and iron. I'm gonna come upstairs. My son will be like, "Hey, Pop, you creased your pants." Yeah, what you talking about, man? You know I did. You know I did. Why you don't do it? You know what I'm saying? Why yours ain't creased?
My
I'm
lady
laughing at
get
him.
mad when I crease my pants, but she like, dude, you put a crease in your pants. Like, yeah, this is how you iron pants. I
It's a
thought,
G homie. It's a G
I
homie.
just, I just better not go out the house wrinkled.
Right. Yeah. But you is wrinkled if you ain't got no crease. So it is what it is.
No,
You used to had a one. My mother was at one point used to had a one in your sleeves too. You had to lay your shirt sleeves out and iron them so you have a
uh-huh.
crease in your. Cause she checked
Uh-huh.
your shirt sleeves too. Like,
hey, I got one, Sean, to tell you about this one though, about creases. How about the niggas in the joint, Sean? That how they be
Man,
creasing them, how they
look
be
at
creasing
man, look.
them.
Put my pants. Listen, I wet my pants. Put that crease there and put them up under the mattress, man,
Under the
and some
mattress,
newspaper,
nigga.
and sleep on the
Hey,
mattress. My
it be
shit
under
be
the mattress
creased to
for a month
death,
to that next visit.
man. Creased to death.
uh, so y'all can't laugh
Shop,
at me.
shop as a yeah, listen, man. Those was khakis though. We talking about Levi's, boss. We ain't doing that.
Right,
You
Man,
right.
doing
listen,
that.
nah, man,
You
nah,
doing
man.
that.
No, on our end, it was all in the game. You had to be creased, man. You had to be pressed, man. Press and dress. Uh, Marcus, yeah, it was on 15th and North Avenue, man.
Come
JL Marcus,
on,
man.
Yeah.
come on.
Man, come on, man. Sharon Evans said slip and slides 2 for $5, right? That's that rail with them XJs. Oh man, yes, and Dion ripped today. Pasta plug 2 died. Listen, Wednesday, the show I'm doing Wednesday is going to be my 50th hip hop celebration show. I'm going to have DJ Toxic T, and I'm going to have Antonia Anderson from the Hip Hop 365 Museum on Wednesday. It's going to be about hip hop, man. I have to do rap. Hip hop music has been so instrumental in my life, right? Like just don't get me wrong. I'm a funk head. I'm a parliament cat. I'm a soul. I like Stevie Wonder and Johnny Guitar Watson and
Mhm.
80s R&B with Midnight Star and all that stuff. But hip hop is the soundtrack to my life. So if y'all really want to get with it, man, tune in Wednesday night. We're gonna have a good time. Last time I had Toxic T on here, we had a great time because regionally my rap that I favor is West Coast and Southern. Ghetto Boys, Suave House, Outkast, Dungeon Family, UGK, that flavor, and the West Coast, the Bay Area, that's my flavor. And he's more of an East Coast dude. And so we just talked about the different kinds and styles and the variation, but absolutely, and I know since Plug 2 died from De La Soul, I know I'm gonna ask that DJ Toxic T does something because I don't think a lot of people realize how instrumental De La Soul was in the development of rap music. And so there's some groups that existed that maybe didn't sell 4, 5, 6 million copies. They weren't on the pop charts, but A Tribe Called Quest, De La Soul, Jungle Brothers, the Native Tongues, period, Black Sheep, those groups, a pivotal time, right? Like, and it changed the sound. It started to evolve under their watch.
Yeah,
BDP, Rakim,
Mhm.
all that. It changed rap from a hippie to the hippie to the and to real Rakim, to real X Clan, to real BDP, to all the way up till you get to Ghetto Boys and NWA. So I'm gonna do Thursday, man. Wednesday. I'm sorry. We're gonna do this hip hop salute. And I want y'all to see Antonia's museum too. She's dope. Her 365 museum is dope. She got some stuff in there, man. She got like rap action figures of shit. I'm just like, damn, I didn't even know where you get that from. So it's dope. So we're gonna have her. But yes, rest in peace to Plug too, man. Dave, as they call him, Pasta Noose. My dad taught me to iron and sew. Yeah, my mom taught me how to sew too, but I didn't really hang on to that. Jesse Perry said that's the jailhouse crease. He was talking about y'all. He said put it up under the mattress. That's the jailhouse style. I don't know about it like that. We had an iron. I
Hey,
never.
that motherfucker be under your mattress for a month till your next
Man, had a, for real. As soon as you come off your visit, it's going right back up under the mattress. Don't get wore nowhere but to the visit and
Visit
church.
That's
The
it.
visit and church. Shit.
Wow. Tiarsha Arthur said my father worked at A.L. Smith. I was in the tennis shoes and wearing neon shirts, hats, and socks. My buddies and I rocked our fits at the palace. My sons put a crease in my. She said my sons put creases in my pants. They can't iron. I give them big credit. My dad and their dad taught them how to iron. Lost art, man. Lost art. I mean, just grooming ourselves.
Look,
A lot of young don't even know how to do
I
it.
know how to iron, right? I used to wear the Sassoons, the Jordache. I used to put the creases in our Jordache.
Oh no,
our Levi's back in the 80s, right? We used to do that shit. But KB, that was the 80s, bro.
yeah, but you just said you used to wear Sassoons. You should never admit that out loud.
Bro,
Never
listen,
tell nobody you wore.
we had Jordache, Vidal. Man, listen, man. We used to, man. Listen, man.
Sassoon.
Yeah,
That sounds super zesty. I remember
with hustlers and some button downs. Yeah,
and y'all used to have the Sergio Valentes on.
Yeah,
man. I remember them
with
shit.
the hustlers,
Some leather pants and a John Wayne shirt, right?
Hustlers with polos.
We
was wearing polos back then.
I remember,
Yeah.
man. I tell you, man, the first
we had creases.
Jacket.
We had creases, but KB, we talking about almost 40 years ago, man.
No, you misunderstanding.
No, you're misunderstanding.
In the 90s,
I'm with Kamar, bro.
In the
You've
90s,
been traumatized, man.
In the 90s, my crew, crew right there that I rock with, when we stepped out, we was pressed and creased. We had our shit creased, Levi's, khakis, whatever, had our shell toes.
Yeah, but you was traumatized way before that, KB.
Might have been.
You was, bro.
Right. And nobody cares. Nobody even cares in this house. I bought several new irons because my wife got a steamer, so she'll steam her clothes. I'm the only one who be upset about the iron and the starch in the morning. Man, what's wrong? I'm gonna give me a new iron. This motherfucker ain't steaming like it used to.
Man, I hate when you try to steam your shit and it don't steam and the water drops fall on your shirt. Now you got a big ass wet spot on your shirt.
Right, you ain't let it get hot enough. Now you gotta let it warm up, man. You can't just put it on there.
I was procrastinating.
I know how to iron. No, you don't.
Now I'll be rushing because I used to procrastinate to the last minute, man. And then
I'm telling y'all. One of my next licks is I'm about to find me a steam press, right? The joint where you could just pull it down like that. And my creases, I'm gonna take my creases to a whole other level because I'm gonna get the steam press like in the morning. Watch, cut a nigga with my crease, for real. You'll see.
Let me ask y'all something, and this may be off subject, right? But we was talking about starch, and I want to know if I'm the only person growing up. I
didn't eat starch.
No.
I can answer it for you. Ask it. No. My cousins them did. Though.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know people that eat cornstarch and they like it. It's I ain't never did it, but I know
rhubarb.
I know a bunch of folks.
Rhubarb. Cats used to eat rhubarb. I used to be like, oh, that's disgusting.
I used to eat rhubarb though. I used to dip it in a cup of sugar when I was a kid. Yeah.
I used to eat it just because you could find it growing outside one of the old ladies' backyard.
Yeah.
And we'd grab a piece and walk around and eat it.
Strawberry rhubarb pie. Yeah.
Rhubarb pies, man.
Yeah.
The old
You
white
niggas,
couple.
you niggas used to eat weeds and y'all laughing at my creases. Come on, man. Rhubarb is a fucking weed. Come on.
Hey,
Like Kamar said, the
what I
shit
know
grow in the
about
alley.
weeds now, nigga, the
Man,
weeds,
motherfuckers,
Right.
listen,
hey,
listen.
the weeds save your life.
Yeah.
Them
People,
creases don't
Yeah.
do shit but make you look funny now.
people was pissing all on their rhubarb and shit. You grabbing it out some old lady yard. You eating it. Dogs pissing on it. Squirrels and rabbits shitting all over you.
You know
You
what?
never
Rhubarb
ate
good.
it like that, fool. You always washed it off, man.
The lady who
No,
the
you ain't
lady
watched it off. You ain't
the
watched it
lady
off.
on our block who had rhubarb, she actually did have 2 dogs, Duke and Queenie. That's back when people had Doberman pinchers and shit.
Yeah.
I ain't seen a Doberman in like 30 years though. But you know,
Right.
this back then she had a rust color one. You remember sometimes they used to come
Yeah, the
all
red
brown.
dog. Yeah.
Yeah. And she had the black and brown one, and you had
Had
to
his
sneak
tail
in the
cut off and
backyard.
shit.
Yeah,
He
and
lean
his
as
ears
hell.
docked. Yeah.
Yeah,
You had
yeah.
to sneak in the backyard to get some rhubarb without Duke or Queenie seeing you. Yeah,
See,
man.
we had
Man.
fruit all in our neighborhood, man. We had trees, apple trees,
Right.
Yeah.
rhubarbs. The
Yeah.
parents make you know, the little pastries and shit with the fruit. Man, we had decent childhoods, man. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Ernest is saying Willie D. Look, we talked about this last week, but I did go back and watch the Ghetto Boys podcast, because I watched the Ghetto Boys podcast. And Willie D, they have a contention because Scarface performed Mind Playing Tricks on Me without Willie D, and it's interesting to watch that play out. And you know, my personal thing is I understand how Willie D feels, but I also understand how Scarface feels. You know what I'm saying? I do think Scarface should have called him though. But Scarface said, "Well, I didn't
Why?
know that." He said, I didn't know that they were gonna have me do Mind Playing Tricks on me. I was invited to perform, which I'm sure Scarface gets invited to perform all the time without Willie D. But
Mhm.
but he said I didn't find out until I was there. And he's like, Willie D said, well, you should have told him, like, you know, well, if Will ain't here, we should do another song just out of respect for the brand, just as we homeboys. And I feel him on that. I
But
feel Willie D
Scarface
on
is
that.
the brand.
Right.
No, not
If it
Yeah,
wasn't no
yes, he is.
face, it
Come on,
wouldn't have been no
man.
Ghetto Boys.
Right. Without
uh,
Face, it wouldn't have been no Ghetto Boys. It'd been Willie D and Lil Dude. You know what I
I,
mean?
I
It wouldn't have
disagree.
been no. Yeah, it wouldn't have been no Ghetto
I
Boys.
disagree.
Little
Willie D,
Bushwick.
when we talk
Come on,
about the
man.
Ghetto Boys, we talk about the group.
But then it's
Scarface,
also
Scarface is Scarface, period.
do
But the
they
Ghetto Boys, the group, they tried it without Willie D, and it didn't sell as much. And they had Big Mike. It didn't
Hey,
sell like the
They
other
ain't
ones.
never
When Willie
tried it
D
without
came in,
Scarface, though, had they?
well, no,
Because that
no,
would be the end of it.
that's right.
I don't think so. Actually, there was a
Shit.
Ghetto Boys before Scarface joined. Jay Prince had
Yeah.
the Ghetto Boys before he came.
Yeah.
They
So
wasn't
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
wasn't shit before
They
They
sold.
wasn't shit before he came.
They wasn't shit
sold.
before Scarface got there.
I can't say there wouldn't be no Ghetto Boys without Scarface, man.
Hey, but on the
We
real
gonna keep it
though, on the real
100,
though, like
man.
I said
I'm looking
before, it could have politics could have been involved in that too, man. You know what I'm saying? Like really, like how you if I'm just getting there and they telling me we gonna perform this song with me and so supposed to do, how so and so gonna get here? Like this shit is mapped out already. They got their scripts written for the show already.
Well, I tell you like this: you could say whatever you want,
And then they paid Scarface to come.
but
Right. They didn't pay Willie D.
their biggest song, the biggest hit that they had as a group is "Mind Playing Tricks on Me," which Willie D co-wrote. So if Scarface is gonna come on and do one of his many classics, and I always say Scarface is number 2 behind Tupac. Scarface to me is behind Tupac as the second greatest rapper of all time. The Diary being behind All Eyes on Me as the second greatest rap album of all time. But when we talk Ghetto Boys, you gotta have Willie D for it to be the Ghetto Boys with his country ass, and you have to have Face. Like
Ghetto
it's
Boys
like
wasn't promoted. I mean, I get they did a Ghetto Boys song, but Ghetto Boys wasn't promoted. It was a Scarface. I think all the energy should be directed towards whoever did the show. You know
but
what
I
I
think
mean? Like who call the people out to, you know what I mean, the entertainers or who they want to come and what songs get done and all that. That's where I feel like the energy should be put to. Because once you pay me to come, you know what I mean, and I'm here, and I got to do this shit right quick. I got to get this money.
Yeah, but I think if we've been in the group for 30 some odd years, you owe it to me, especially if one of our biggest hits is you and me co-writing it. You still owe me a conversation.
His ass
That's what,
left
so
too.
so
Shit.
I feel like Scarface, just because even they're doing the podcast now and it's very successful together because they both bring something to it. I feel like just because that relationship is there, he should have said, maybe he should have called him. But Scarface said, I really didn't even think it was that serious. He said, shit, I got there. They gave me 8 bars. I went out there and did that shit.
And that's how I feel. Like it ain't
that serious.
But I mean, but we can't. That's subjective too. You know what I mean? To the individual.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
well, I thought Willie D explained it best because he said it doesn't matter to me what another motherfucker outside this room thinks about it because you have no equity in it. You ain't sat around in the studio. You ain't been on the tours. You ain't been through all the drama. You ain't been through all the trials and tribulations that we collectively have put into this brand that is the Ghetto Boys. Well, of course, you're going to say fuck Willie D, or some people might say fuck Scarface, or fuck them both. But he was saying it's easy for you to say that when you don't have to sweat equity in. And I think it's easy for us to say that to Willie, like, well, they wasn't, Willie, that Scar. He'd be like, shit, where the fuck was that shit at when I was. Because Willie D actually was the feature off top. He got the first solo album. Scarface solo album didn't come first. It just so happened that Scarface just developed just ridiculous. And it just went from there. And I'm not saying that Willie is colder than Scarface. I'm just saying I think just as
not.
Mind playing tricks on me. Mind playing tricks on me. Willie D's verse is classic, right? And so. But Willie's anti everything. Willie's fuck this and fuck that. So they might have been like, we don't want nobody to get beat up and shit.
Right. They were scared of Willie D.
Right. And since we being honest, give me one more verse off of a song that he did that you can think of.
Well, you don't ask me because I know too many of them. Because I can go all the way back to.
What about you, Kamar?
Shit, Willie's that was my guy.
Well, I mean, like every Ghetto Boys album, Willie D was popping on them. You know what I mean?
No, that ain't what I asked you, Kamar. What song
I can't spit a verse of Willie D verse to you.
Right. What about you, Rail?
Well, Rail is 12 years old. He can't remember.
See, my favorite Willie D verse was off of that UGK Quit Hating the South. You know, when he was talking about brainy ass niggas jumping bad on the internet.
There you go. Right.
He always
No. We talking about Ghetto Boys, KB. There you
Ghetto
go.
Boys.
My Ghetto Boys.
Bald head hoes.
There you go. That shit. That was his solo.
The bald head hoes.
Come on, man. Willie D, trigger happy nigga, man. Come on, man. Money.
No.
I ain't with being broke. Come on, man. Willie, come on, man. Willie D was a cold motherfucker, man.
Freaky deaky.
I ain't saying he wasn't cold. I ain't saying he wasn't cold.
Gangster love, mind of a lunatic.
But you know what I mean? The Ghetto Boys wouldn't have been the Ghetto Boys.
See,
never did nothing.
You know what? I look at Willie D kind of how I look at ODB and Wu-Tang. Like, to me, they eccentric enough to add a different kind of flavor to the group. Like, they did, like, ODB put the little sprinkle on Wu-Tang for me. Like, and I preferred ODB over a lot of their other verses. Just like with Willie D, I like Willie D deliver shit. I like Scarface storytelling, but I like Willie D's delivery because it reminds me of MJG. It's kind of like a rougher delivery type shit. So
he ain't close to MJ, but
I mean, like, I think the best duos got a smooth person and they got a rough person. Right,
it's the contrast.
Like A-Ball is the smooth storyteller, and then MJG is just that gorilla pimp shit. Right. And then, but just like with Scarface, he'll paint a beautiful, well, not a beautiful picture. They was always depressing and shit. But he'll paint a picture. You know, you take a journey into outer space. You're like, damn, for real?
No, man. Like, the dead body, man. What are you talking about, man?
But then
never
Willie
seen a
D
man cry until I seen a man die. Man. I mean, faces is ridiculous, man. Deion James is right. He did like my the world is a ghetto. Mind of a lunatic.
Damn.
That's
Ain't nobody
some
even
cuts.
talking to Deion though. I'm talking to
He has some
KB
cuts.
right now.
Well, you can't dismiss people when they show you that you the only motherfucker who ain't giving Willie D. It's probably like I ain't
He
talking
has
to
some
you.
Say on your
cuts.
side, I can.
Right.
Tell me what I can do.
Earl Hennig said, "What up, my brother? All I know is ball head hoe." Deion said, "Yeah, Willie D was a boxer." He said he beat up Melly Mel. We remember
Did
that.
he?
Yeah, man. He whooped
Big
Melly Mel
ass
ass.
Melly Mel.
Yeah, he put the gloves on. Willie
Hey,
D was a
Willie D is a
professional
Golden
boxer.
Gloves boxer.
I watched them box before, but shit, Melly Mel big
Whoop
as
your ass,
fuck though.
somebody can't rap. He's a country ass motherfucker. Listen, but there's a lot of criticism because the MC Shan, shout out to MC Shan, who we had on the show, which was a funny interview, and I gotta dig that up. MC Shan was a classic interview. Our conversation about hip hop was crazy. But he came out and he said all those rappers who performed in that tribute was all sellouts anyway. Because he said,
Damn.
yeah, because in 1989, I said this on the last show, in 1989, hip hop, damn, cuz you all right? That sounds like tuberculosis.
Yeah. It's something.
They boycotted the Grammys because the Grammys always shitted on rap music early
Yeah.
on. And so they took this picture and he said, now all those same people come back and can't wait to get on now. And even Willie D even said, I thought something that he said in that discussion with Scarface, and they both agreed. He said hip hop is bigger than the Grammys. How you gonna give 50 years of hip hop 12 minutes? So
Right.
it should have been the Ghetto Boys should have had their own set anyways, just out of respect that
But it's
Bushwick
the
Steel is dead.
Grammys, man. It's the see, and with that, we expecting too much from some motherfuckers that even with the whole hip hop shit, like I remember, I think they said hip hop damn near officially got infiltrated with like Crush Groove and shit when they found out white people found out they could make money off of it. So it's like they only got interested in it when they seen the cash cow. So this is the Grammys. These ain't people who really know the culture or are entwined in the culture. They picked some people who they felt would be good for the hip hop type
Well,
thing.
now hold on. Don't get it twisted. There's a gatekeeping ass Negro somewhere who told them, who's supposed to be a representative of our culture, who told them who to pick. And let me explain it to you further like this. See, this is why I say this that happy shit. Listen, it's all or nothing. Like, right? So if you're gonna represent our culture and you're gonna tell our stories, tell the goddamn truth and present it the way it is, or leave it the fuck alone. And so
I think they should have left it alone.
Like when you see these shitty ass top 20 all-time lists, that like Billboard does talk about rap and got somebody like Kendrick Lamar at number 2 and Jay-Z at number 1, and you got Nelly and shit. You got all these. Listen, man, ain't no way in the goddamn hell Kendrick Lamar has worked his way to the second greatest rapper of all time. Kendrick Lamar is good for today because rap is so watered down. Kendrick Lamar in the 90s would have had to get his shit right. He'd have had to step his game up because he wouldn't even been able to, he would have just been another dude rapping. Okay. And for you to put him, anybody who talks about hip hop, to put him before a Kane or before a Rakim or before a Cube, or you know what I'm saying? Like that shows you don't know sheep shit from Wild Honey about our culture. Ice Cube came out and said, I don't even think Billboard has the authority to even speak on rap music.
No, they don't.
Hip-hop. You know, you don't, and they had this list before a couple years ago, and we came on the show and we talked about it. It was all fucked up. That they had people who was like, that motherfucker ain't got no business near the top 20. But it should be understood that they don't know shit about it. And so I can't stand the sad part about it is I can't stand for people to see this and think this is really what this culture is about, because it's not. So I'm not giving them an excuse to say it's the Grammys though. No, get the shit right. You're supposed to be the music award.
They shouldn't even have fucked with, just like you said, they shouldn't even have fucked with it, man.
We got to remember who doing the voting for that shit.
Who is it?
Some white people, some motherfuckers.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then when you talk about who's the best rapper, who's this, who's that, you know what I mean, that we talked about this too, Kev, that's all subjective to whoever it is saying who's the greatest.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because really, they just giving their own personal, you know what I mean, their own personal perspective. Because, see, we all got our own reasons why we feel like somebody is number one or number two or number three.
Okay. Come
you
on.
know what I mean?
We also
now, to the masses, like to us looking at that, we feel like you, Kev, like, yeah, this motherfucker don't know what the fuck he talking about, talking this shit.
Right.
You know we got to remember that we're living in the age of streams.
The age of streams.
Remember that we're living in an age of streams and videos and likes and shit, right? Now imagine if this technology was available when Rakim was popping, or KRS-One was popping, or Cube was really popping, right? Kendrick Lamar and them they wouldn't even be allowed to be in the same studio.
You know what's crazy? Like, I never really hear people bring up, like, honestly, back then with all that shit, because I was still younger, but one of my favorite artists back then was the DOC. And I don't hear nobody talk about the DOC when they talk about rappers. And he, like, even when he fucked his voice up, he was writing for people.
Yeah.
Because he was so cold.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You got to be in. You have to be in the right. You got to be in circles with people who know what hip hop is. And so there's my thing. Like, okay, so certain shit is just real and certain shit is fake. You can say
true.
Okay, so you can say Young MC was my favorite rapper of all time because that song was a hit when I was young. To me, he's the top rapper of all time. And I'd be able to tell you, it don't matter what the fuck you remember. Young MC is nowhere near the number one rapper of all.
That shit was catchy though.
Yeah, but it's come on, man.
Like, it was catchy as hell.
Tone Loc should be in the top 10. Like,
you know, like
catchy, man.
Catchy. That's how. But you know, that's how you go pop. You know what I mean? You just find something catchy. That's easy.
And still, if somebody would bust a move today.
Back then, you know what I mean? In order to be relevant, like, you couldn't just be catchy.
Right,
you know what I mean? You got to be creative.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
For real hip hop, you could. Now, pop is something different. We understand that, but us see, this is what people got to understand. At one point, hip hop was an exclusive culture.
Right.
It was exclusive to us in our community. We were the driving forces behind it because we are the ones who bought the albums. We bought the Source magazine. We bought the tickets. We went to see the movies. White people hadn't got in tune yet. It was someone
white people outside of certain boroughs in New York hadn't got in tune yet.
White people in the Midwest hadn't got in tune. They didn't know what the fuck this shit
that's
was.
what I said. White people outside of certain boroughs of New York, there were very few white people in the hip hop scene. There were white people though.
Well,
there were
of
white
course
people.
It was a few. I mean, yeah, DJ Toxic T is white, by the way. So the DJ that I'm bringing Wednesday is white, by the way. But no, I'm not saying there was no white people, but I'm saying white people's voices, unless you're talking about Leo Cohen and the Jews who own.
I ain't thinking about Leo Cohen.
But I'm saying no, outside of them, their voices, we dictated what was hot in the culture. So we said, said, Tribe is right. Tribe is tight, man. We like Tribe. We like Karis. We like Rakim. White people wasn't even up on that shit yet.
Right.
They're still like, what? Wait, now what's that? Okay, what is the hair? The high top fade? Like, it was our culture. Now we understand that we have way more of them involved now. And so now they think they come in and they voice their opinions.
Well, you remember at first that was whole motherfuckers.
You slowed up, real.
When you watch CB4, you kind of see how my shit's. Oh, okay, there we go. So like even when you watch CB4, you kind of see the pair how they would get.
But
political against rap.
But the thing about it was once again,
even when white people first got exposed to it,
it's not theirs though. It's Lord Jamar got in trouble for saying this years ago, and I still think it rings true. White people are guests in the house of hip hop. They're guests. You don't get to look. You don't come in my house and say, Kevin, you know what? You should move this couch over here. I'm just gonna move this TV. You know what? I don't like the color of this room. I'm a paint. Motherfucker, you's a guest. If you don't like it, then leave.
But you know
It's
what?
set up the way we want it set up.
Like, but everything that they got now, they start like even rock and roll, you know, like with Chuck Berry and shit like that. So at one time they were a guest in rock and roll, or like even a guest in country music, because country music came from blues and shit. So,
we allowed them to squat.
Oh, okay. But like, at what point do we stop them from snatching it as, you know, like now when we think of country music, like we said, we think of white people, but it came from blues. Just like rock and roll came from the lady that, I forgot the lady that played the guitar and shit a long time ago, back
I know
in the
who you
40s.
talking about. Yeah.
But then like
Chuck, Big Mama Thornton and all of them. Like,
yeah. So,
Yeah,
but now
man.
when people think of rock, they think of white people. You know, so it sounds
That's what happens
the
when we let them in.
The
You
name
let
of the
them in your
game.
house, they take your shit.
Damn.
Earl Henny said back in the days they would have threw nickels at Kendrick Lamar. Dion says Kendrick Lamar is cold, him and J. Cole. Listen, I'm not saying they're not.
I like
J. Cole, I like J.
like
Cole
Kendrick.
especially.
But you saying
like
back
Kendrick.
then there was a lot of people like Kendrick and
Not
J.
even
Cole.
close, man. It was listen. You talk about somebody like Hieroglyphics, 93 till infinity, that was doing what Kendrick Lamar is doing 30 years ago. Like there's just so many different. Rap was way more diverse and way more expressive then than it is now.
But it was more underground too, so a lot of people wouldn't have got exposed to like the dope cats like that, because it was almost how like Chinese people treated kung fu back in the day. They only allowed like a certain amount of people to be exposed to it.
And that's one of the reasons why I like Kendrick though too. Kendrick and J. Cole, two of the newer rappers. You know what I mean? It's because they
sound like older
that
rappers.
same old pattern of the old school artists.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They pay homage to the old school. Like you listen to their album. Okay, they got a title to their album, and their whole album fit that title.
But you
go through their albums, you got commercials like the old school albums. You know what I mean? They pattern their shit just like the old school people used to do. And
right
then
now,
they talking about shit too, that substance.
But right now,
else, like, and ain't nothing. I mean, shit. That's what we got to listen to today. If I want to hear something new, you know what I mean.
But you talking about two MCs versus all these rappers, like you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I think sometimes when we be talking about artists, we gotta set the standard of what's an MC and what's a rapper. Like J. Cole and Kendrick are MCs to me.
So do you consider them lyricists or MCs?
Okay, so
are they in the same category as the Mos Defs, as the Talibs, as as the Rakims, as the KRSs?
Not as a Rakim or a KRS, maybe Mos Def.
He ain't been around that long. He ain't been alive long enough to put on a pedestal.
Right. Everybody you mentioned, not only are they older and more experienced, but they came up in the apex of hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Like J. Cole, I think is from Virginia or some shit.
Yeah, North Carolina or something like that.
So he close to it, but man, you can't compare him to like some New York niggas that grew up in the trenches in the culture. You know what I'm saying?
Here's the measuring stick. Here's the measuring stick. Here's the measuring stick. When Rakim came, he changed the game. He changed the way it sounded. Other rappers had to change their styles.
Yeah, right.
When Tupac came along, he changed the game. Other rappers changed their styles. When Big came along, other people, you seen a million Big clones. NWA came, you seen a million NWA clones. I ain't seen no Kendrick clone. I ain't seen no J. Cole clone.
You got a lot of
they might not have came up yet. You know,
the labels ain't looking for them type of rappers.
Right.
Well, they're not. Nobody.
They trying to put them rappers on the radio.
They didn't change the sound though. I'm saying they didn't change the game.
I mean, you really can't. If that, listen, you really can't change the sound if the industry ain't gonna let you go that way.
You know what? I think Kendrick had a bunch of people talking funny for a second. Like he I mean, he'll do this weird shit, and I think other people try to do that weird shit too. And so with him, I would say I think I've heard people trying to emulate him. As far as J. Cole, not maybe not so much, but honestly, I listen to J. Cole before I listen to Kendrick.
Earl Henning said we all know Tupac #1. That's why they killed him. People kill me with their Tupac. Like, man, you know the president killed Bill Clinton shot Tupac. Tiasha, I said I agree with Rail. The people over the Grammy said we lucky they added to the hip hop show. They gave us the Source Awards. I'm surprised they didn't invite Vanilla Ice. Facts, Tiasha, facts. I don't want them to feel like they lucky we invited them, because I'm gonna tell you what, I didn't even watch the shit. I don't even watch the Grammy.
But that's
I didn't even watch.
They
So
felt
they
like
didn't
they
do
was
me no
throwing us
favor.
They felt like they was throwing us a bone, and we just need to accept whoever they choose to recognize.
I didn't even watch
it. That's it right there. You know what I mean? That's why I say fuck the awards.
It's right.
Again, it's about who they want.
It's a spit in the face. It's like, here goes some scrap. We gonna give y'all some time so y'all don't bitch and moan about us not giving y'all some time. We even got some icon.
Y'all make sure y'all tune in Wednesday night for our hip hop show, because we're gonna talk about hip hop. That's that conversation. I done seen that conversation get some motherfuckers in the barbershop ready to get to throwing them. I'd be like, damn. Like, motherfuckers is black people, especially those of us from the neighborhood and who were coming up during that time. We will argue about some rap. Like, motherfuckers get to it. Like, Sean even tried to set it off earlier. Like, say one Willie D verse. And then when motherfuckers said, oh, fuck that shit, that's some bullshit. It's like, it's like, see, we get to, nigga, who your guy? Cool Mo D. Now, that was a rapper right there. And then everybody started arguing again. So.
Hey, man.
Ain't nobody saying no damn cool Mo D. Anybody gonna mention him?
They said,
Audio 2, nigga. Audio 2.
They said Cool Mo D really won that
battle
between him and LL.
No, he didn't.
That's what they say, man.
No, he didn't.
Let me see.
No, he didn't.
Okay, so I got a couple things I do want to address, and we getting short because it's 9:27. I want to say this. We always talk on this show about a multitude of issues, right? And tonight, not so heavily socio-political like we normally do. We'll get back to that. We got time, as you say. I got time. But like I always say, every time we talk about things that have not been proven in court, I always say allegedly, right? People say, Kev, they did this shit. What are you talking about? And I say allegedly, right? And so we seen today that Brett Favre is suing Shannon Sharp and what's the white boy name?
Pat McAfee.
Pat McAfee, yeah, the Aaron Rodgers homeboy. He's suing them because they said he stole money from the poor, right? And people say, well, it's true, but it hasn't been proven in court yet. There's some discussion that maybe Brett Favre is not, because he's a celebrity, he's taking most of the weight and most of the blame for the situation. I'm not saying he did or he didn't. It looks like he did. But when I say allegedly, and people always say, Kev, why you say allegedly? Because you haven't been tried and convicted of a crime yet to protect yourself from a libel suit or slander suit. And people say, well, don't nobody care about that shit. But you never know who's going to hear you say their name talking about something and say, that's not true. That ain't been proven. That's slander. That's libel. I'm suing that motherfucker. You got Tasha K, the blogger right now, who was on her podcast popping off, Cardi B is a crackhead. She sniffs cocaine. She pops pills. You had no definitive proof. She went to court and lost and owes her $2-3 million. You got the white boy, Alex Jones, who made all these crazy accusations about, was it Sandy Hook? $100 million. That motherfucker never had no money again. His check will be $5 no matter what he do. So I'm saying, understand, context is everything. When you're having a conversation, when you on a public forum, because we just not a rules for social media and expressing ourselves, and who's a public figure and who's inbounds to say something about. Those are all rules that have been abided by for a very long time. But we sometimes, in our unseasoned nature, get a hold of platforms and get a hold of microphones and start, yeah, motherfucker said this, and then somebody will say allegedly, hey, he did it. You wasn't there. You don't know. Let that man have his day in court. And so I hope y'all don't keep, now when you hear me saying allegedly, You understand why I say that? Because I understand that law, and I've understood it for a very long time. But now Shannon Sharp and all them say, but he did, but he did. Based on what? Based on what you heard? Based on what somebody told you? Now, if Brett Favre had been convicted already, you say, this man has been convicted of this or this or that or this or that. Earl says freedom of speech. Yeah, but, there's a price to pay, freedom of speech. Ice-T said freedom of speech. Just watch what you say. You're free to say whatever you want, but if you say some bullshit, another person is free to counter you and sue you and say that's not true. That motherfucker, you affecting my livelihood. I can't get money because you out here spreading rumors about me in the media. I'm suing your ass. Go ahead, brother.
I watched the Pat McAfee show. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? And he responded to that, and I remember him saying that he was like, "Man, fuck." He said, "Man, fuck Brett Favre." He was laughing at him. You know what I'm saying? Because he was like, "We said," because he mentioned that he was like, "We say allegedly in this show." You know what I'm saying? We do understand so and so and so. You know what I mean? He's talking about all the lawyers he called and contacted to check out with and all that type of shit. Everybody telling him he ain't got nothing to worry about. But he was like, "Man, fuck Brett Favre."
Right. I'm just saying, but it's good.
I don't know about Shannon Sharp though, because Shannon Sharp be taking off at the mouth, man. You know what I'm saying? He be taking off.
Well, you know what, Kamar? He only needs one instance in court of if he can play a clip where you didn't say allegedly.
You're right.
You lost. And people can tell him, don't worry about it.
You're right. I was just saying what he said on the show.
I know, I get it. No, if I was him, I'd say that too. But yeah, you motherfucker, you got it. You once again, you jump out here, as my mama say, with your ass half cocked, and you be on the wrong shit. You have to watch what you say. It's like that rule in the street of and that's what I say when I was growing up. If you was a messy ass dude and you ran around talking about people or saying shit behind people's back, you eventually had to see that man. If you said his name, you had to see him. Right. And he'd come confront you about it. Like, yeah, man, I heard you out here, doing a lot of woofing and shit, talking a lot of shit about a motherfucker. You got my name in your mouth is what we used to call it. And you had to, depending on who you was fucking with, there's consequences and repercussions. Well, legally, it's the same thing. And so I'm transitioning this to the whole takeoff Migos murder that happened in Houston. And a lot of people, it starts to grind my gears a little bit. The young people, especially young niggas, is so shallow and so emo on the internet. You're looking at this thing and you love the Migos as a group and you say, well, Takeoff shouldn't have been murdered. Well, murder in our community is oftentimes senseless. Most of the time, the motherfucker didn't deserve it. Like, man, he wasn't even, he caught, there's some people who the bullet that they caught was theirs. But it's some people you say, oh, man, that's tragic that happened. The fact of the matter is that Jay Prince Sr. was not there. Jazz Prince was not there. Jay Prince Jr. had gone to pay the bill when the shooting happened. Jay Prince's brother was trying to dead the situation. But you got haters, and we see right now we don't have respect no more, so you run out and use, yeah, Jay Prince, them and this and that. Jay Prince, who's an old head, and he's coming out. People saying, why Jay Prince talking? I get why Jay Prince is talking. Because, goddamn it, you motherfuckers y'all going to keep my name out y'all mouth. It's not going to stop him. But I feel like he's like, dude, no, I'm not finna just allow people just to keep running their mouth. But this dude, Hassan Campbell, and I don't know if you've seen this interview on YouTube. This dude, fuck your mama. You can suck my dick. Your mama can suck my dick. Your dead ass mama. You bitch ass, old ass nigga. I'm gonna slap you when I see you. And I'm sitting here watching this shit like, damn, man. Is it this serious to get some likes on YouTube? I know you're getting a little money, but the karma that you putting into the universe, like you, and I know they say, well, you got people like Whack 100 and Charleston White. And Charleston White says a lot of stupid shit, but if you catch Charleston White on the day when he's speaking sensibly, he can make a lot of sense. And like he says, I back up everything I do because I do community work. I work with the kids. I'm out in my community, so I can talk shit on YouTube. I get that. This dude, Hassan Campbell, is not that. And for him, if you just watch this interview where he just like, yeah, you can suck a soft dick and you can. And the irony of all this is the same dude who was molested by Africa Bambaataa. So when you talking about, You talking about Jay Prince? Yeah, you holding it. I'm just like, damn, man. As men, where's the respect? What the fuck is this? What we want our youngsters to grow up seeing? That I can go on YouTube and just say a nigga name, and because really, what you're doing is saying, "Hey, police, look at me. If something happened to me, you know who did it."
Who
Right?
is he to take off now?
He's just a YouTube dude. He's just most of the. If you watch YouTube, a lot of dudes, they when Gillo and Wally did this interview with Jay Prince, Jay Prince Jr. and his brother, I didn't even know this dude, Mike Prince. I didn't even know him, but he was actually the one who was trying to dead mediate the situation. And the way this all happened, they're saying, well, this happened in Houston under y'all watching. They trying to make it look like somehow, some way that Jay Prince and his whatever mob ties or whatever had him killed, had the youngster killed. And so Jay Prince is proving like, look, we had nothing to do with it. It was actually one of the dudes that they brought with them that was the aggressor that set the whole thing off, right? But people, you know, these dudes on YouTube be so thirsty for clicks and likes, man. They get like a whack 100, all these dudes who come out and just say all kinds of crazy shit. And it's like, but you doing that with the hopes that the police see it. And I'm looking at like Hassan Campbell, bro. You just been YouTube famous for the last 3-4 years. Jay Prince has been riding for the culture for 30-something years. This man changed hip hop.
Right.
This man, you don't have Southern rap if it ain't for Rap a Lot. Jay Prince, come on, what you gonna say? Luke was doing it. Come on, man. I never, Luke, that was not my type of hip hop. If you from Miami, that's fine. Or if you a female, that's fine. But when you talking about Southern hip hop, it starts with Rap a Lot Records. It starts with Jay Prince in terms of giving it credibility. So somebody who can come along in 5 years who's more famous for saying Africa Bambaataa molested me for years, he used to make me have oral sex with him.
God damn.
Until you was 16, right? That was a relationship. But for him to come out and people riding with him like, yeah, fuck Jay Prince. Bro, you know who you riding with? This dude is a soup cooler. What are you talking about? So I just look at the internet and be like, man, it ain't no respect no more. Like, and it's so many people who can verify and testify that Jay Prince is a businessman who's made the right moves. All that gangster shit I'm scared of, I ain't even talking about that. When a man earns his respect, why are we hesitant to give it to him? If he's earned his respect, if he's made his money, and people say, nah, man, dude is for real. What's so hard about that? Oh, I ain't scared of you, motherfucker. But you don't have to be scared to get fucked up. There's been some brave motherfuckers that got stomped into shit. So I'm just looking at this whole thing, and I seen some other YouTubers come out and say, man, for you to come to talk about this man's deceased mama and say all the shit that you said, people just talk. Words mean something. They mean something. And it needs to be some understanding out here that you can't just go around running your motherfucking mouth saying anything you want. Shannon Sharp, Pat McAfee, right? And even Charleston White. You think sooner or later he ain't gonna pay for all of the, yeah, you do good in the community. Yeah, we just talked about Tupac. As great a rapper as Tupac was, he didn't have no goddamn business fucking with them MOB Bloods from Compton. With the mob Pyrus, and everybody involved in the situation said he put his nose in the wrong business. You fired on the wrong nigga, right? For what? For what? I'm not, and I'm not doubting Tupac's gangster pedigree. I'm just saying, sooner or later, if you keep on pushing the line is gonna push back. And so I hope youngsters ain't looking at this now saying, well, because everybody think this podcast and shit and this new media we have is the way to go. And it's a great thing, but it has to be utilized responsibly. And it bothers me to see people in the comments saying, yeah, man, fuck, and a lot of times just be young cats. Fuck them old ass niggas. Yeah, fuck them niggas ain't done shit, nigga. You wouldn't have half the goddamn rap music you got now, young boy, if it wasn't for the forefathers. That's like me saying, fuck George Clinton in Parliament. You wouldn't have no hip hop if it wasn't for no goddamn Parliament.
Shit, you wouldn't have none of the Chronic album.
Right, well, shit, right. We talking about 30 years of rap music.
It would barely be any hip hop without
Parliament. Right.
So
This shit
yeah,
would have took longer as a motherfucker to develop.
man. And I tell you something else, that one of the things is my knowledge base and my level of understanding actually changed once I went and listened to Parliament. Once I went back and researched the music and looked into the lyrics and looked into the musicians, my knowledge expanded because it gave me a greater appreciation and understanding of black music. So for youngsters, some of y'all non-rapping motherfuckers need to go back and do your research, because I hear this mumble mouth motherfucker Kodak Black. Every time I hear him on a song, I just laugh. And people are like, "Ooh, he cold." I'm like, "You have no clue. You have no clue, man." Shout out to him for getting his money. But I mean, y'all accept any. I see Lil Uzi Vert coming out looking like a little shy 12-year-old girl all the time. And youngsters be like, "Yeah, Lil Uzi, cold." Nah, bruh. that ain't that's the difference between BB King. When you talk about blues, BB King and one of them white guitarist dudes who they say he's a great guitarist, Stevie Wynn or somebody. You can't fuck with BB King. That ain't the blues, motherfucker. So I'm sorry, I'm on my rant, but I just and finally, I didn't watch the Super Bowl because fuck the NFL and the Packers wasn't in it. But shout out to 2 black quarterbacks during Black History Month. Playing in the Super Bowl. Any of y'all watch the game?
Nah.
No, I was at a bowling party.
I watched it.
But
it
the
was a
game
classic game up until that play.
The last play? I seen the last play.
Listen, man, that play, for them to call that play at that moment after allowing the game to play out for 57 minutes, right? That could have been a classic moment in a classic game and turned out to be one of the best Super Bowls ever. I mean,
but it was holding though.
Yeah,
and it was holding.
But
it was holding.
That's the thing, though. Listen, KB, it was holding, but you had allowed the game to play out for 57 minutes, where more egregious calls than that were overlooked. That was a play that determined the outcome of the game.
Hey, that's a big issue in the whole NFL right now.
Yeah, what I mean? After 57 minutes of allowing that type of play to go on, you don't penalize it. You don't penalize it in the last 3 minutes, man. Come on now. You just determined the outcome of that game. Because
no. The DB
hold on.
That receiver,
Kansas City would have more than likely kicked the field goal. That would have gave Jalen Hurts the opportunity to either come down and be the hero or send that game into overtime. Right?
It was holding. It was pass interference.
Come on, man.
Even he admitted it. Even the player admitted it.
But what else did he say? He said, "I thought they was gonna let this one go too."
Well, my mama said you thought you farted, but you shitted. I thought like this.
I'm not saying that it wasn't a hole. I'm saying that to call
and
it.
Sean,
at that moment, bro.
As a former football player, there's tricks to the trade. It wasn't even a little hole. It wasn't like a veteran savvy little sneaky tug or pull. The man literally got so bad on the route, he was holding his back like this. I seen it.
And the only reason that you say that would have been a slant route or post, right? You would have noticed it. But because it was on an island, right? Because it was on an island, it looked like it was so flagrant. But it wasn't. I'm telling you, I watched that whole game.
Now, if we gonna break it down, what it was on was called an option route. It's an option route.
About
hold on, this is on the island
players
too.
By themselves.
This is on the island. This is right. But if you run in a slant or a post, you got the safety isolated. That's on the island.
Yeah.
But this is an option route, and what it was Juju Smith-Schuster he pulled the right option, and what that means is it's the receiver's discretion on what route he's going to run based on the coverage that's being played.
Well,
and if you got a receiver who knows how to run an option route he's gonna be open. What this dude did was he got beat and he reached out like this and grabbed him. If he'd have just tugged him a little bit, he grabbed him and held on. It's over the top pass interference. Now
Did you watch the game?
I seen it.
So on the previous plays when Juju got held and those calls weren't made, right? He reacted as soon as the play was over. On this play right here, there was no reaction because the play was not as egregious as those other plays. And that's what I'm saying. Those plays were not called. So how can you now, after 57 minutes, say, okay, I'm going to call this one though? That's my argument. I'm not saying that he didn't hold him. It wasn't pass interference.
It was a bad one too,
Don't determine the game.
It was a bad one though.
Hey, you know what? They've been talking about this around the NFL a lot lately too, about how inconsistent the calls are being and shit all season. Like, and matter of fact, it was on a I was watching it on the Pat McAfee show. They was talking about that. I wish a lot of people complain, and then you got people saying that the NFL was rigged because of all this. So you know what I mean? That's an issue that's going on, and like, yeah, a lot of players in the NFL feel like Aaron Rodgers talked about it too. They talked about it while he was on there, and he said
all the inconsistency.
He said he feel like the officiating could be a little more even keel.
Yeah, but check this out though. Check this out. And I explained this to my brother-in-law when I was in Minnesota. We were watching a Vikings game. And if you play sports, you understand that referees are humans, right?
Yeah.
It's a human element because being a referee is basically a position. You're actually part of the game because we know that how the game is called affects the outcome more often than not to a certain degree. But this is what you get more often than not from referees. They get some right and they get some wrong. But what they do is it evens out because I've watched Packer games where early in the game you see blatant penalties and you like, how are the referees sitting on their flags? And then late in the game, when it's not even really that serious, they throw the flag. It's evening itself out. So because it's humans involved and there's human error, there's room for human error. They call some, they get some, they miss some. This wasn't one that they missed. This was an egregious pass interference. This is how not to play cornerback 101. As a football coach, if I'm watching this, I'm saying to my DB, you can't grab him like that, bro. If they didn't call it before, they should have. But you can't do that. You know better than that. That's why he was saying, nah, I did it. Yeah, I did. I fucked it up. But, that's just one man's opinion. And I've been told to shut the fuck up and let other people talk. So, I don't know. It is what it is. I didn't get told that tonight. I'm just saying in the past. But, yeah, man. Y'all rock with us Wednesday, man. We got – it's a lot of stuff coming up, man. Rail, you were talking about an event that's coming up to support some sisters. And I'm down with that. I just need to know when the event is so she can come on. If she wants to come on before to promote the event, she's more than welcome to do so.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's the melanated mixer. I believe it's February 26th.
Okay, so we got time. Okay.
Yeah, I'll get with her and let you know.
Okay, yeah, like she's that's what we do. We promote. We promote. I really didn't talk about anything too heavy tonight. You know what I mean? Just because I just want to take some time to kick back and enjoy the company of my partners here and my brothers. Listen, y'all better pay attention. They shot a UFO down over Lake Huron, and they said that there's been 2 or 3 of them. What did we just talk about a couple weeks ago when I said I believe there's life in outer space? Are we coming close to our first encounter with the aliens? When they shot it down.
This prepping and grooming. I think it's called Project Blue Beam or Project Blue Book. But this is the next thing, the alien invasion.
What y'all think? What y'all think about the alien, man? Y'all think we're gonna be talking to little green people pretty soon?
You know what I think is going on?
They already here?
I think.
Oh yeah, they is.
I think that's the United States trying to scare Americans into wanting to put more money into the defense system.
Project Blue Beam.
Okay, I can hear that.
That's it, man. That's them throwing shit in the air and shooting it down.
Okay, okay. Ah, Sean, you think the aliens gonna be kicking it with us, man, pretty soon?
Man, look, long as they don't bother me, I ain't gonna bother them.
Right,
That's
right,
right.
right.
You know
I
what I mean?
mean,
If they ain't already here,
they are.
shit. Cause I know some of this shit is not human. It can't be. Some of this shit got to be from
Right.
another dimension, man. This, yeah,
Yeah, and
yeah.
I done seen some people that's so funny looking where I'm like, dude, okay, there's ugly. Then there's just like, do you gotta be alien? Have you ever seen somebody that was so ugly that you said that motherfucker could not possibly be from Earth? Dude, there's no way that genetics could have ever even gotten that misconstrued. So, like, what planet are you from? I'm talking about for real. Like, I'm like, I done seen some people like, dude, you alien ugly. Like, you ain't just regular ugly.
I
So,
grew up with a chud. Y'all know
see?
what a chud is?
Yeah, the little with the
Yeah,
little look like a little gremlin with the teeth and all
yeah.
that.
He was a chemically human something. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But dude was a chud. Used to scare the shit out of us when he
Yeah,
came
man.
outside.
Right. Probably could make that sound and make that sound and everything. He'd be like, ah, man, I'm telling you. So they already been here, man. You think about all the times you seen some weird looking motherfucker and you just probably was an alien. Like he only know I'm from the planet Dubip. He don't even know I'm
Do
not even
bip.
from here. I could zap his ass if I wanted to. Um, my brothers, if you out there, you got a little girl. They are bringing back the daddy daughter dance on the 18th of February. For a long time, if you go to the YouTube page, my daughter, I took my daughter about she's 20 now. I took her about 12 years ago, and my daughter always reflects to me about that was one of the most enjoyable night she ever had. I took her to North Division for the daddy daughter dance. We got dressed up. I got out there. I bust my two step with her. And we were all over YouTube. It was a bunch of it was all fathers. It's just a gym full of fathers with their little girls, man. And she watches it now with such great relevance. I didn't reverence, I should say. I didn't think about then. You know, I thought it would be cool to take my little baby girl out. I didn't think it would be something she held on to for the rest of her life, right? Like, so we got this picture of us that night, and she can go to the YouTube page and see her and her friends. And one of the young ladies who was her friend was actually there with her grandfather because her father wasn't in her life, but her grandfather has stepped up and he passed away a couple years ago. But my daughter always looks at it and says, "This makes me so sad because I know how much she loved her grandfather." And so they right behind us dancing, and I'm not a dancer, but I was grooving with my baby girl that night. I'm just saying, if you have a baby girl, man, if you got a granddaughter, because I wish my kids were still little. I tell them all the time, man, or I wish I had like three more. Because I enjoy being a father, man, with my kids. I enjoy being a father now, but I had a ball with them when they were little kids. So if you got a baby girl, man, you know, I kind of wish my daughter was here from school, from college, because I would take her and surprise her. Even though I know she's 20 years old now, I just to see the look on her face. I think we often talk about the roles that we need to play for our sons, right? And we talk about, you know, these young black males need black men. They need positive men in their life. We gloss over the fact that these young black sisters need men in their lives. They need
Mm-hmm.
fathers in their lives. You know, a lot of your daughter's self-esteem, how she feels about herself, how she sees herself, comes from you as a father. You know, if you're telling her as a little girl, baby, you beautiful, baby, you pretty. Don't no, you don't, you know, a man needs to treat you a certain kind of way. If you do that early on, it does wonders for her, right? And so I'm fortunate enough to have my daughter told me that, you know, dad, when I was growing up, you was like a hero for me. I felt safe when I was scared. You made me feel safe. You know, when I was down, you made me laugh. And so I'm saying, let's not let's not get past that. Yeah, we know the young brothers need us, but these young sisters need us too. Because some of them need to improve they choosing the way they choose up because they end up with some screwball ass dude because we didn't put enough into them. So let's not underestimate how much young black baby girls need us, man. And just to help her understand what she should stand for and what she shouldn't stand for, and what love is and what love ain't. A motherfucker can't tell you he like you for this or that if they don't really accept you for this or that. Same kind of lessons you can put into your son, you can put into your daughter. So I'm just saying, man, if you got a baby girl, they're bringing it back. I promoted it in the group. I'm gonna promote it several other times just because, like I said, man, it was such a great moment for myself and my daughter. And like I said, she was just here for Christmas, and she was telling me about like how she thinks about that night, and she's like, Dad, that was so much fun. Like I was so happy. So get on that, man. Be a father to your child, man. Take care of your kids. I tell you all the time. The girl asked me one time, "What do you tell your guys who don't take care of their kids?" I said, "I ain't got no goddamn guys who don't take care of their kids. What you talking about? We don't tolerate that shit. You want to be a deadbeat around me? What the fuck you talking about? Man, you want to play some PlayStation? You got a PS5 and you don't pay your child. You ain't take care of your kid. And it ain't just about you paying your child support. Are you taking care of them? Yeah, man. I get that bitch that little money. She can have it. Do you go get him? Do you say, man, I spend mine on child support? That ain't taking care of your child. I'm just telling you, man. So get on that, man, because it'll make the community a better place, man. I want to make sure that y'all tune in Wednesday night. We're gonna have a good time, man. It ain't gonna. I needed to step back from the serious because this is election season and we're about to go into these primaries, and it's gonna be time for some asks or some demands from these politicians. And we gonna do our best here at Outlaw Radio to turn up the heat on their asses. We can't repeat what we just saw for the last 16 to 18 years from our representation downtown. It's a whole new day. And we say all the time, we're not your grandfather's Negroes, so we ain't gonna act like them. So we're gonna start telling these motherfuckers what they need to do instead of them telling us what they can or can't do. We're gonna start telling them what they need to do. So the show about to get real heavy. Real heavy. My mobility is increasing. So pretty soon you're gonna look up, we're gonna be at an event at a big ass table. Books and supplements and hoodies and apparel and all kinds of
cameras and lights and shit.
man. Trying to tell you, man. Trying to tell you, man.
Shit.
Yeah, man. So it's all coming together, man. So just support the movement, share the show, tell somebody about it. People who got the apparel coming, it'll be out this week. I want to have everything out this week, man. I want to have everything done so I can start a whole new wave. Because we got some other stuff we wanna promote. My wife is so dope with these hoodies, man. I want to show y'all some of the other and the t-shirts and the apparel, period. I want to show y'all some of the other stuff she does, man. But yeah, man, support these brothers, man. You see them in traffic, man. Don't be no hater, be a congratulator, man. Understand that somebody always gonna have something to say no matter what you do. I tell you all the time, you go work out, you get strong, you walking down the street, and motherfuckers say, dude must have been locked up. You lose weight, you get skinny, somebody see they say, dude, ass must be sick. You can't win. That's why you just gotta figure out a way to do you.
Can't win.
Because no matter what happens, you're gonna always run into somebody whose criticism of the community outweighs their contribution. And you should know deep down inside in your own heart that some bitch is a coon. I'll see y'all Wednesday night, man. Y'all make sure y'all tune in to Outlaw Radio, man. Peace and love. Capital Drive.
Peace.